Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. 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 Every day I'm.
Great. This is what I do. Javante, you a fucking pussy. You are a bitch.
BoxingVoice.com.
Devin Haney's the last of the bunch. Yeah, and I think Shakur knows it. Tank knows it. That's lunch food.
BoxingVoice.com.
They don't even consider Brian Garcia Latino.
Oh, some folks do.
De gringo no puede hablar español para nada. Ryan DM'd me and everything. Boy, desperate for some payday. Double graded some boss shit. I really am the two-time undisputed world champion.
BoxingVoice.com.
Absolutely, Teofimo's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. Yeah. That 1.4 that they did on pay-per-view buys was mainly from Ryan's side, not really from Tank. And that's all from the YouTubers and the young kids that don't know. It's just your casual fans. Double graded some boss shit. That was some boss shit, right? And the thing is that we have so many bots in the internet that they just side with whatever is hot. And I just can't do that. I'm a hell of a boxer. I mean, that's what I really did this for. I'm not a puncher. I'm not a brawler. I'm slick boxer.
This a dollar beat.
Loma didn't come to fight. Double graded some boss shit. That was some boss shit.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are having a spontaneous show for the breaking news that we were discussing in the middle of our crash during the last show, right? We were discussing, and I was trying to confirm, Teofimo's opponent. A lot of you guys know here that I had been saying I wasn't allowed to talk about it. So when I got the tip that Tio had signed, I needed to make sure I could break the story. Lucky enough, and strangely enough, me and Michael Coppinger were exactly at the same time, 11:23. I don't know. I mean, he might be West Coast, but when I look at it, his tweet says 11:23, and so does mine. For the same report. Now, he's definitely saying Miami. I was told Miami, but I wasn't told that that was confirmed. So that's why in my tweet I ran with Florida. What I can tell you that he didn't tell you is that he was offered Muratalla to move up at 40, and he was offered Elvis Rodriguez, a southpaw, and then obviously the in-house fight with Stephen Clagett. And if you've been listening to the show on a daily basis, you know that I told you this a while ago, that his opponents was there, and it was just a matter of picking. And I told you, right? After I said that, then I said, I can't wait for the news to break because y'all going to laugh. And sure enough, you see my Twitter, and Michael Coppinger's and everyone is laughing. But I am looking at this differently. It's not a laughing matter to me. I think that this is a good step for Tio. It keeps him active, right? He just fought against Jermaine Ortiz in February. 4 months later, he's right back at it in June, which is perfect because Matias is fighting in June. Haney is fighting in April. There's not like there's a lot of names out there for him to fight. Now, I get it. Muratalla would have been better to you guys, but he would have still received criticism because it was a 135-pounder moving up. You could always rematch Sandor Martin that is with Top Rank. But again, why revisit that particular fighter when, you didn't look that good? Now, Lance Pugmire is being told by his sources that they chose Claggett, and I quote, "The big thing was to find a guy who will make it a firefight after the last guy ran for 12 rounds," quote unquote. I don't know. I think that Elvis would have made it a firefight. Elvis is a puncher. I don't think Elvis dances around the ring. I think Rodriguez would have been a great fight. He's got pop. So if you want a firefight, then you got someone that could possibly knock Tio down. But that is what Lance Pugmire was told, that they went with this opponent because the last guy ran around the ring for 12 rounds. But Marcos, welcome back. What's your thoughts? Marcos, at least you know. You said text me. I texted you before the news broke who it was.
You told me somebody else, though.
What? I'll smack you.
I'm
Check
just
your
playing.
text.
I'm just playing.
Motherfucker. I'm like, what? Yo, you got that off. You got that off. He said you told me somebody else, though.
I actually hit up Tio's manager.
McWaters? McWaters?
Huh?
McWaters?
Yeah, McWater. I hit him up.
He texted you back.
He did. That's my man.
Ooh.
You ain't the only one.
Ooh. No, I didn't think after you tell him this, he was going to fucking reply.
Well, what happened was I didn't tell him because I didn't know if he wanted me. I'd just go, hey, is there an opponent for Tio? And all he told me was, not yet. It'll be finalized in the next 2 weeks. That's what he told me. So, whatever.
Yeah, let's see if this breaking news doesn't get Tio to, switch things up. Because now I'm going to have Robert Garcia coming on here in a bit. He's having breakfast, so we'll get Robert Garcia on.
I love Robert Garcia. Who
also said that Muratalla was off for confirming my sources. And, we'll get his thoughts both on, Tio and Muratalla, Shakur, and, boxing, because he's also got Jesse in that fight with Quadras. I think it's
I'm not crazy about the Claggett fight. No disrespect.
But you're turning right around, though, dude. Like, this, I'm not mad at this. And before anybody calls in like, oh, Ness, you a Tio lover. No. Ness is keeping the same energy. I've used this phrase a lot. We need to go back to the days when Oscar was fighting Stevie Forbes and Oscar was fighting Sean Bay Mitchell. Floyd was fighting Sean Bay Mitchell. Those were off pay-per-view fights. Like, yo, if we want a dude to be active and have 4 fights a year, he can't fight Elvis, Matias, fucking Devin, and Javonta. That's not happening. Let a motherfucker
Frank Martin as opposed to fighting a Shakur or a Haney. Why do we not feel the same way when Tio's fighting a dude with like 8 losses or 7 losses, whatever?
Because Tio just fought Jermaine Ortiz in February, a top contender. And right now, none of the names that you want for Tio to fight are available. Devin is busy. Matias is busy. He announced his fight with Botto same month.
Shakur's not busy, although I know they're in different weight classes technically, but it's 5 pounds.
And like I told you, Shakur is not getting any valuable name unless he resigns, bro. They're not gonna give you Tio. What if you beat Tio? Now you beat Tio and you left.
Right.
No, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
Again, I'm not crazy about the fight, but
I am, man. I am. Name another fighter turned around in 4 months in his age bracket.
In 4 months, and it'll be only 4 months between the last fight, huh? What about the argument for rematching Homeboy? Because it was
Jermaine.
Yeah, it was argued. People thought Jermaine beat him.
Do you really want to see it again?
I don't want to see it again. But in terms of
if you don't want to see it, how many people feel like you and won't tune in? So that's why they can't revisit it. They both got to do something else, and if they can get back to it, they get back to it.
Yeah, I suppose you have a point. The thing about Tio, which he's always, to me at least, he's always exciting. No matter who he fights. Jermaine made it kind of boring, but in general, it's hard for Tio to be
blame
in
it on
fights.
Jermaine. Blame it on Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault, man. Tio was the superstar, remember?
No, it wasn't his fault. No, it was Jermaine's fault for sure. Tio was trying.
No. I'm saying it wasn't Jermaine's fault. Tio is the superstar.
What do you mean? Like Tio should have tried harder? You're saying?
Yeah, it's just like Shakur. Like Shakur's a 3 division champ, not De Los Santos. Like how we putting the onus on the dudes that never won titles,
Well, because
but the dudes that won titles get a pass.
Shakur was the one in that fight staying away, but in the fight with Tio, Jermaine was the one staying away.
Yeah, but
So
I'm just saying overall, like the onus is on the A side if the fight is ugly. You're the one with alleged superior skills.
I disagree. I think the ownership is on who is making it ugly, because some guys are just gifted at making it ugly. Shakur is one of them. Jermaine apparently is one of them too.
Negative. Cut the ring off.
It's not that easy sometimes, man. Like just Shakur is clearly one of the most talented people I've ever seen at not letting people cut him off, at getting away, at staying at his distance. Now, he doesn't punch that much and the fight is boring, but that's a skill in itself, which is when I talked to Calvin. Well, Calvin was saying, like, I don't know if we want to, and I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with Calvin, but I get it. It's like you can't catch the dude and you might lose because all it takes is him to just land some shots here and there and stay away from him.
That's what I'm saying. It takes skill to beat Triple G and cut the ring off. Who ran around the ring from Triple G? Where's Triple G's Karen that was boring? We don't got that because he's got skills. Like, stop blaming the B side. Blame the fucking A side. If you good, cut the ring off, motherfucker. You supposed to be good.
You got a good point.
Because I ain't never see a motherfucker get out of the ring with Triple G. You had to stand and fight.
That was when Ali fought Foreman. Ali, you know why he did the rope-a-dope? He goes, because after the first round, I saw how skilled Foreman was at cutting off the ring. He's like, I couldn't get away from him. So he's like, I just had to get him. He's like, I had to improvise. And that's what sparked the rope-a-dope. That Foreman's ability to cut the ring off so well.
I got Kerry G, King Counter on Twitter. What
Hello.
What up?
Hey. Real quick, Amazon Prime putting those fights on. I've been loving it. It's, PBC been robbing us of fights. So I was like on a binge watching marathon all last night, and didn't get to call in on the previous show you just did. But I'm not going to go too much into it. I just wanted to say that I just don't think that the Spence, the Fundora comparison to Spence getting the fight is like that good, just for the fact that like Fundora wasn't around here like asking for the fight. And it was a short notice show. Like, no one expected that Thurman, so close to the fight, would get pulled. And it's like, if we got someone else and then Tszyu steamrolled them, we'd be like, oh, wow. It was short notice. He didn't have that time for the training camp. It just was lucky that someone on the same card in the same weight class, who did have an accolade of defending the interim belt a couple of times, happened to be there. So it's like it makes sense to save the show with that than someone on short notice whose training camp wasn't aligned with the show. That's just why I don't think it's a fair comparison than Spence just outwardly being like that. But I do agree with a lot of callers that Spence does have equity in the sport to do that. Like, I think there's general rules, and then there's context behind each boxer that gets to bend certain rules. So I think I would be fine with Spence skipping anyone else but Bud, just because he beat him and then did the official shit we like. He activated. So like that's my only deal. I get you that Bud's been a little bit all over the place, but I don't think it's all his fault. A lot of the fights that he won, people, PBC and those fighters been, fucking up the fight schedule, taking fights they know they ain't gonna win just to get that money, which can't blame him, I guess, but I can blame him too. But with the Tio fight, I just looked up with Steve Claggett on BoxRec, and at first, I think his record's going to surprise people because you're going to want to instantly talk shit about Tio because it's like, it says 7 losses. But then upon research, you're just like, all right, he's been on a crazy win streak, and this is not an easy win streak that he's been on. Like, he's been matched up against not winning records, but very winning records. Not too many people with more than 3 losses. Some only had 1, and like I went and just tried to like as quickly in the last 15 minutes I was just like scrolling through highlights and stuff. So it's like I think it'll be a good fight for Tio. I just want him that after this fight, make sure that it's like, I guess, on perceived paper for casual fans at least, a bigger threat. But I do like. I think he needs a fight like that where someone's going to come to him, and hopefully he'll like work on some of that jumping in on. You know, it was kind of like he kind of looked like Floyd Schofield did, except Floyd Schofield had an excuse. You know, got cut really bad, and he was saying like in his I forgot which interview. I think it was the Sean Porter interview. He was like, "Bro, I couldn't see, so I just had to just go for Hail Marys, man." He's like, "It's like I don't want the doctor to stop the fight. I'm bleeding out my eye, and it's bleeding directly into my eye, and I can't see. So instead of trying to play it safe, he was just like, "Yo, I'm just going in for this. I got to finish this dude." So he did say that, you know, hey, I'm not trying to jump in like that anymore, guys. But I think that's the same thing that Tio needs, where it's just like, bro, like we loved the whole jump in he was doing with Josh Taylor, and it was working. And like to me, like I say, it looked very Loma-esque, like how Loma dives in with that lead hand on an off angle, and he as if he's throwing the hook. It looked like Tio was kind of showing shades of trying to do that in the Jermaine fight, and it was just like not working. And I wouldn't mind seeing the Jermaine fight again if Jermaine, I think Jermaine did his job. No, for real though. I'm saying I think Jermaine did his job in that fight. Now, on criticism on both sides, could he have done a little bit more? Like I think Jermaine did a 65-70% job of winning that fight. But you know, it's championship boxing, and you got to show championship medal. You know what I mean? Like we've got a lot of examples of champions showing that medal, and it's like you could have did more to make, you know, casual fans and the judges kind of give you the nod. Tio, you definitely got to do more, Tio. Like, I'm sorry, like you said, it was Tio's job, just like Shakur was Shakur's job. And I honestly thought that Edwin De Los Santos won that fight. I couldn't find more than 5 rounds to give to Shakur, and there's 2 rounds after that where they were kind of like swingy rounds, but I thought Edwin was doing a better job of, like, you know, I had to do that Larry Merchant shit where it was like, okay, Edwin's trying to push in at least, but I don't know, man. I really thought that Edwin won that fight. But back to Tio. I think this is going to be a good fight for him, get him his confidence back, but, like, please, got to work on cutting off that ring. Because like you just said with Triple G, and you made a very good point, I didn't even realize this, which just in my mind just maybe give Triple G more credit, because I never was that big of a fan of him. Not for any particular reason. He just never really resonated with me, even just because of the knockouts, because at that time of watching boxing, I was more into boxers versus the punchers. I kind of grew into liking punchers more. And I just was thinking about it. I was like, you know, you're right. Like, Triple G it seemed like he was always in front of people. Like, they just could not sidestep him. So, well, I got to now go on a deep dive and watch Triple G fights, because I want to see what is he doing with his footwork that these dudes just cannot get away. And I got to check if these ring sizes were smaller than usual. You know, that'll give me my final decision on that factor. But I definitely think Tio should also give up on that Bud shit, because the way we've been talking about the whole Spence thing and everything like that, then you'd have to be like just Spence's. Bud must be the greatest fighter.
He don't have to motherfucking give up. He just gotta activate like Bud did. That shows the world you serious.
No, I'm saying not about that he's able to do real quick.
Oh
Sorry.
shit.
Oh, I guess got something to talk about. All right, thank you guys.
Breaking news. Elijah Garcia just pulled out the fight.
Woo!
Sources close to the situation are informing me as we speak. Sick all of a sudden.
Damn, that sucks, but bye, guys.
All right.
Damn. Well, that sucks.
Damn, let me hit up, what is it, Henry? George, right? No, it's George.
Oh.
Who next? Fats, what up? Dan, that's crazy. I was looking forward to that motherfucking fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks.
Damn. Yo, Fats, you there?
Yo,
What up?
what up? Yeah, man. Who this Mop Tio facing, man? Steve Claggett. Come
Yeah.
on, man. This dude straight pine saw, man. That's stop out here trying to protect grown men.
What
Nobody
you
want to
mean?
hear all that.
This is
Yeah,
second fight in the first quarter, like in the
Ness,
first half.
no, I don't want to hear all that.
I don't know
Oh,
what
he
you talking
deserves
about.
soft. He deserves a soft touch. And, bro, you
I
made
ain't
it
say
seem like he
that.
was in a damn. No, I'm just saying, like, you made it seem like he was in a motherfucking brutal fight last fight. Like, come on, bro. Devin Haney and Earl Spence, they can't be the only ones fighting champion at the champion, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Okay,
Like, this
Fats,
ain't
tell
no.
the world what champion should he be fighting? Cause ain't none available. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's true. Damn, that's true. I mean, well, he can.
Devin is in a fight.
He can chill,
Devin is in a fight. Tank is in a fight. Not that was gonna happen. I'm just giving out context. Tank's in a fight. Devin's in a fight. Shakur is in his last fight, so he ain't getting the fight, and he got his own date in North that they announced. There's no Matias fight got announced. It's in Puerto Rico. It's official. There's no one available. My man's staying busy. This is perfect. This is Oscar De La Hoya. This Oscar De La Hoya versus Stevie Forbes. This Floyd Mayweather versus Sean Bay Mitchell.
Barroso is right there, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that shit. He want to keep on bringing niggas. Bruh, like, I'm tired of the fake offers. Like, oh, I offered Matias to fight. Bruh, he just came off a fight and a hand injury. How the fuck you gonna offer Yo to fight when he just fought? When you trying to offer him to fight 2 months from his last fight, knowing he got an injury, but you gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, I offered Matias to fight and he ain't want to fight. You want to sit here and say, oh, I offered Raymond Matella to fight and he ain't want to fight. Bro, he fighting this weekend. Like, I don't want to keep hearing this shit from him, bro. Like, it seemed like he really don't want to unify that belt. That's what it seemed like to me. He really don't want to unify that belt with nobody. Like, bro, you could at least fight Barroso, yo. He's right there, yo. If the old man's so old and you can knock him, people can knock him off, fight him. Fight him, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear, oh, he fighting second time in the quarter. Bro,
Why not? What's wrong with that? Why you don't want to hear that?
Because the nigga is pine saw. He pine saw.
He just fought a top contender in February.
Clean. This dude is Mr. Clean, man.
So who should he fight? Tell us.
He should fight Barroso. That's who left, right? Fight him. I'm telling you, people who watch that fight, who the fuck is this dude?
Not a bad
Who
idea.
the fuck is this dude?
Come on, bro.
That's not a bad idea.
Here we go with this.
Listen, facts. This a stay busy fight. This a stay busy fight while the champions is busy. He's staying busy.
Let me get my point off, bro. Bro, let me get my point off. Why not fight Barroso? Is he not a top contender? Right or wrong?
He a top
Boxing
contender.
Man, hello?
He a top contender. But I just fought a top contender. You trying to burn him out. It's a tune-up.
Hold on, time out. Lies. How he just fight a top contender, Jermaine Ortiz, when that was his first fight at 40? Come on, bro. You sound crazy.
Come on, man. Crazy, we know Jermaine is built like that. We knew he was built like that. You wildin'.
Bro, come on. No, you wildin', bro. Like, come on, yo. Like, this dude clearly don't want to. This dude clearly just want to take soft matches at the soft matches. Like, I mean, he get the 40 and it's like
matches.
He get the 40 and it's like he get the 40 and it's like, he want to bring dudes up from 35. He want to offer dudes soon after they done fighting. As soon as they done out of the ring, oh, Matias, come and fight me, man. Come and fight me real quick. 2 months. Like, come on, bro. We seeing through the bullshit now at 40. Like, he starting to move a little funny. You get what I'm saying? But it's crazy to me. Like, Barroso sitting right there, yo. Like, you don't want to fight him. Who this dude, Steve Claggett, yo? Like, he not gonna help you sell no seats. At least Barroso, people know, like, that old man got skills, yo. We gonna tune in to watch that shit. Even if Tio probably was to knock him out.
Bruh,
we know that yo competitive.
You acting like people ain't gonna tune in just for Tio. They only tune in just for Tank.
We're not.
You crazy.
We're not tuning in just for Tio.
I am.
you is, and that's very few. And that's like, come on, stop
It's
trying to
not
protect
very
these fighters.
few.
Yo.
It's not very few.
Stop protecting these fighters. You
I'm
gotta
not
stop
protecting
it.
them. I'm not protecting fighters. I'm protecting what I preach, and what I preach is that we need to go back to the days where Oscar fought a big fight, but then slid in Stevie Forbes. Where Floyd fought Gotti, but then slid in Sean Bay Mitchell. Stay active, man. We plead for these dudes to stay active. Now you want to shit on him for staying active. That shit is bananas to me. Again, y'all turn around, y'all turn this shit off, y'all go watch football, hockey, cricket, all that weird shit. All them sports, weird. This all I watch. So if Tio want to give me another fight, while Devin is busy in its fight with Ryan, while Shakur is busy in his last contracted fight, while Tank is busy with Frank, I can't even name anyone else relevant. Like, I'm not even understanding what these dudes is mad about. These dudes wake up angry, go to sleep angry. Why y'all even fans of the sport? We just was talking about Earl getting a title shot. Y'all angry at that. Tio just fought Jermaine in February, trying to come back in June. You angry at that? Like, what is y'all even happy at? What makes y'all motherfuckers happy? Kerry G, what up? Kerry G. Hey, for those that don't know, if I haven't already said it, I'm sure that I did, but I'm going to have Robert Garcia on this show. He is the trainer of Muratalla. He is the trainer of Jesse Bam Rodriguez and a bunch of others. I think he got Lindolfo, right? Lindolfo as well. He got so many. So if you want to drop him a question, head on over to my Patreon or my community page. If you're a member on YouTube, you just got to hit that community page, drop a question right there. Let him know, like, yo, my name is Malcolm from Twitter, and this is what I want to ask you. Yeah, man. So breaking news. Elijah Garcia has pulled out. Now, I haven't been able to confirm that with his team, but sources close to the situation have certainly told me this is 1,000% true. And this is what you get when you listen to TBV on a daily. You never know. You never know. Because I'm not a writer, so I don't write stories of this shit. I just tell you and I keep it moving. How am I bullshitting? I prefer him to be active. Like, look, if you fought Jermaine in February, now you're going to fight Tia, you're going to fight Claggett in June. That means you got the second half to slot in 2 more fights or 1 big fight. You see that? You see that?
I think Homeboy had a point. Why not Barroso? Why this guy? That's what people are saying. Not that he's being active, but why this guy?
Because Barroso would be possibly tougher than Jermaine, yes or no?
I don't know. Probably.
Different. I mean, Tio's not a mover. Jermaine was a mover. Barroso got power. Tio got power. They're going to be there to hit each other. It's certainly a tougher fight. And,
so he shouldn't take it
are they looking for the tougher fight, or are they looking to stay busy to get one of the champions? Don't he want Matias? Didn't they send an offer to Matias, and Matias had a hurt hand? So why can't he fight in June and watch Matias fight in June and try to get that fight done for the end of the year? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all so, I don't get it, man. It's either all right now or nothing. And I'm good. If he fight 4 times this year, he on track where he can fight 4 times this year. But I'm comfortable with him taking his June fight and only fighting 1 more time this year. But I'm certain that it could end up being the winner of Ryan Devin or the winner of Liam Paro and Matias. I'm certain of that. I mean, they already sent Matias an offer. I'm certain that, he going to stay busy. He going to look good. They want him to shine. And then we back in business, making business with whoever wants to unify. Kerry G, another counter. Drop a bomb because it's another king counter. That's a dub. Damn, where'd you go, Kerry? Shit. Maybe that's why he sent another king counter. He needed to rush on. I'm sorry, my friend.
Carmel's fighting right now as we speak. Is that true?
Smack yourself, man. What is wrong with you? You worse than a casual. You beyond casual. Carmel, how could Carmel fight right now?
Somebody put that in the chat.
You should block them. How
No,
could
in your chat, you block him.
Bro, Carmel don't fight till tomorrow.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying.
Wake
So
up
why
and
is somebody
smell
saying
the
he's fighting
ground
now?
coffee, my friend. Unbiased Brim. What up? Unbiased Brim.
I'm back again. I should be asleep. I'm dumb as hell. But this news then came out. And see, this Ness, you said, I don't understand you guys. The reason why the word you guys come and play, because when you have somebody like Teofimo Lopez who be talking that live action and hype and going at people, what you put out is what you gonna get back. So I was talking to somebody who's knowledgeable in the sport, and he was like, "Well, Tio couldn't use a super status because Bud's mandatory wasn't due on the WBO," and I wasn't sure about that. So I was like, "Okay, cool," but he didn't go holler at Bob to try to make that fight. So again, it's a lot of clout chasing and cap season, like all for promotion, bro. So you're doing all that talking, and then you're fighting a guy. Now, again, I don't have an issue with him fighting this guy. It is what it is. But when you talk the way that he talked, then this fight gets announced. You can't be surprised behind the backlash, man. You can't. But I mean, this fight looks like to me that is that top ranked Saul fight that he just had, where he might have not won. He didn't look that good. We got to get him looking good again to set it up for the right fight going down the road. And that's the nature of boxing. But we all got to keep it real here. T.O.B. clout chasing and running around doing all this name dropping to get his name,
Who
get
he
his stuff
name
out there.
dropping, fam? Who he name dropping? It's hard for me to
Crawford.
keep my
He
mouth
wanted to
shut.
fight Crawford. He's been talking about Crawford. That's a good point.
I mean, technically speaking, all he could do is activate his status. It doesn't ensure him that he's gonna get the 5-day negotiation period that Crawford had. Guess why, guys? Guess why? I'll answer it. Because Crawford already activated his super champion status, which gives him about 18 to fucking 30 months to make any mandatory. So if Tio activates his to have the 147-pound WBO champion fight, who already activated his to not have to be mandated so that he can move up, what is really going to happen? So y'all calling it cap, but is it really?
I mean, let's
I'm
not
sorry,
act
what
like
did you
it's
last thing
going
you
to
said, bro?
surprise people to see this dude.
Because Navarrete got super champion status, and I don't see Albert Bell being mandated. He can't, because he Navarrete asks for super champion status, just like Tio, just like Bud.
Yeah, but again, again. This is because T.O. did all that talking in the media, and you didn't have the ability to use a super status. But I don't think he went to Bob and the team at Top Rank saying try to make that fight because they wasn't gonna make that fight. So that all looks like clout chasing and just keeping your name in the news. And some of the guys that cover it and do all this content, they're not gonna keep it real because they got this promotional hat on and they want to be Don King Juniors in this bitch, and they gonna do all this goofy shit and not keep it a buck with the fighter. Listen, I like Terrence Crawford, but I can keep it a bean. Terrence Crawford should not try to get $15 million up front for a Tim Tszyu fight. He should take a little bit less because that takes some of the risk away from them in the fight. Help facilitate the fight happening. See, that's me putting the sport over the fighter. All you motherfuckers out there, can y'all do that for the guys that y'all love and stop all this capping and all this caping and all this goofy shit? But I'll be there to watch his fight when he fights in Florida. And this is it July or June?
I don't know. I think it's unfair of us to call a fighter that's staying active. He just fought a top contender. All the champions are busy.
You talking about T.O.?
Yeah.
And did he look well? Did he look good in that fight? Was his performance?
He got the win, but no, he didn't look great. He didn't look great, and that's why he's coming right back. He didn't look great. Okay, that's why he's coming right back.
That's cool, but you remember, staying down and handling your business is one thing, but you running your mouth and popping all that shit, what you get back is because what you put out there, bro. You can't say it's not fair.
Listen, I'm having an issue with you with that. How is he running his mouth when he sent it off for the Matias, and they acknowledged that he sent it, and they said their hand was hurt?
Okay, that's Matias, but then you talking about Bud and all that, look, bro.
Come on,
bro,
I gotta go, man. You say
you
you
ain't gonna
unbiased.
acknowledge. You ain't gonna keep it up.
You say you unbiased, but then you keep running around here saying he running around capping. So when I ask you what he capping about, you say Bud. I asked you how he capping. You ain't say why. So I proceed to give you the whys as to why he didn't activate his status. Because it won't do nothing. Because Bud is shielded by his own status that he done activated. Like, I
don't think
don't
he
get
said
what's
that.
wrong with staying busy, bro. Like,
I don't
name
think he
another
said
fighter
that.
this turned around in 4 months. I just want y'all to do that for me. On
I
this
don't think he
level,
was saying
a
that
main event fighter.
that Tio's lying. He was just saying that Tio's bringing out all these big names, putting those out, and then he ends up fighting this guy who is.
Which all big names? He asked for Matthias. He asked for fucking Bud.
Those are huge names, and then when
Okay. So what was the news? Didn't Bud announce he won Tszyu? Cause I ain't hear him announce he won Tio.
Look, all I'm saying, and I'm in between.
I'm
I get your
lost,
point,
man. I'm
but all I'm
lost.
saying is you can't act like seeing that he's fighting this guy isn't a little surprising for everybody, because nobody would expect that. That's all.
I told y'all the minute I found out it would be surprising and you would laugh, but he is staying active. He just fought a top contender, and all his contemporaries are just now about to fight their top contender for the year. This is Ryan's and Devin's first fight for the year. Or maybe not Ryan's. I think he fought in January, didn't he, with Duarte? I don't know. I'm sure you don't know. But the point is, this is their first top contender. Well, no. I do credit Duarte. So Ryan will be taking on 2 top challenges, 1 top contender and 1 belt holder. And, Tank is taking on top contender Frank.
Look, I don't take anything away from Tio. I think he's one of the best in the world. But to me, it is a surprising choice and not the best choice. But not the best choice in terms of building his legacy. Good choice in terms of staying busy and not being risky. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, look, again, they all can't be tough fights, man. They all can't be tough, but I know what this does. This does everything we've been asking people to do. Stay active. Stay in the media. Stay in the limelight. Stay busy. Because what? It builds your profile. Out of sight, out of mind. 2 months ago, 1 month ago, he was in the ring. 2 months from now, he'll be in the ring. I like it. I like it. I like it. There's nothing wrong with this. Well, technically, it'll probably be 3 because they're saying the end of June. And we just about to start April. But regardless, I like it. I really do, man. I cannot complain, and it's beautiful for me because, like I said, I've always said, be Sean Bair, do a Mayweather and do a Oscar. It wasn't always pay-per-view and it wasn't always big fight. They slid in some, lower level opposition, man. However you want to consider that or call that, they certainly did that. Damn, we going on 1. I ain't hearing nothing back from Robert yet. That's a long breakfast. Word. I don't want to rush them, I'm trying to let them digest, but damn. See here. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. Please do so. It's going to help with the visibility of this show. This is a spontaneous show. This is not our regularly scheduled time. We did have an internet crash, fucking Florida and the internet, but we back at it. And we got New York Bullet with the first super chat of the day, $2. Isn't Claggett fighting the 11th? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But he's been on a good win streak, so he's not expected to lose. We've talked about Stephen here on the show because, he somehow got a top-ranked deal. They must have knew, that they needed to sign someone like Claggett to offer him to someone like Tio because I never understood this signing, He is 38 wins with 7 losses. One of those losses by knockout, 2 draws. He's 34 years old, and his last draw was to Matthew German that we don't really know. Now, Ulysses Jr. we did know, and he lost to him. Before that, he lost to Danny O'Connor. Danny O'Connor. Yes, sir.
Who?
Yeah. Danny O'Connor. The same O'Connor that got knocked out in 1 round by Brooklyn Zone, Gabriel Bracero. Remember Bracero? You're lying. You don't. How you don't even remember your own
Nah, I
fucking...
don't remember Rosetta.
Bro,
Nope.
New York City fighter from Brooklyn, Lou DiBella. What are you talking about, bro? Bracero? You don't know Tito Bracero, bro?
When was he active?
Mother flying fuck, bro. He just fought he retired like 3-4 years ago. Even
Told you,
2019
man,
was the last.
I got a radar, and you got to make the radar.
Gotta make the. He's from your local area. Damn it.
Doesn't, you know what I'm saying? You got to make the radar. Upper
Damn
middle class is
you.
my radar.
Somebody hitting me up talking about, is Keyshawn too dangerous? Yeah, Keyshawn is a top fight. Keyshawn could be next. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, he could legit have 4 fights. Keyshawn could be next, and then you get another type of Claggett in the end of the year. And now that kid fought 4 times in 1 year, and fight fans remember him. Kerry G, counterpunch, king counter again.
Hello.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah. So I jumped in because of the Fats call, but then you kind of said it straight after, and I was just like, "Yo, man, like, can we get regular fights in between these fights?" Like, I like that shit, man, because we always complain about it, like, "Oh, Tia, you gotta learn how to cut the ring off. You gotta learn how to cut the ring off and all that shit." Well, how's he supposed to put that in action? You want him to put it in action against the toppest tier, like? Steve Claggett isn't we call it, I mean, words are weird because we call it like a soft touch, but I don't think that is a soft touch, man. Like, that dude I think he has some power because he's been knocking people out in this win streak. And I'm happy with people having a tough fight, showing some obvious flaws that need to be fixed, and going into a regular fight. It's still a fight, guys. He's still walking into the ring to get punched and working on the things that he needs to work on. And I'm a person of, I don't really harp too much on record. My whole deal is attributes. If you pick an opponent that ain't got no dangerous attributes, because it's like, regardless of the loss, if you still in the fight and the loss hasn't like diminished you physically or in your performance, that doesn't mean that on any given day your attributes can't shine against someone if we stick with styles make fights. That's why, like, because of the short notice with Fundora, the short notice and the fact that, like, you need someone whose training camp aligns with that so there's no asterisks on it. I think Fundora is still a dangerous challenge for Tszyu because of his attributes and what he's been doing in the sport. So it's still extremely tough fight. I even sprinkled some money on it. Well, not a sprinkle. $75 is a bit more than a sprinkle. That's a couple of raindrops. But it was just such good odds. I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. You know what I mean? And I think Tio needs a fight like this to build himself up, man. Like, give us some in-between fights because, oh, shit, get the fuck out of it. I'm sorry. I'm getting attacked by fucking hornets. My bad. I'm outside.
Bro, I thought it was worse than that, bro. I thought you was about to get fucking carjacked right there. What the fuck, bro?
Nah, bro. I live in the South, man. These things come mob deep. They don't come one at a time. There's like 7 of them out here. Yeah, but yeah, so it's like, I think we need those fights, one, for us and for our pay scales. For our pay scales and for how much we pay for fights, we need people to do in between fights. That's why I'm kind of worried about Devin Haney with, like, in his rush to become a financial star so he can eventually one day maybe get a tank fight type deal. It alienates people. One, people deserve their shots. Claggett's been on a crazy win streak, so he should deserve a shot based on that merits. Not be like,
you ain't got to worry about Devin. I don't know if you've been noticing, but he literally just said, like, he wants the Matias fight next. He works with Eddie Hearn. They can make that fight happen, and he trains at the top ranked gym, so he can make the Tio fight happen. It's more about that.
But I'm talking about in regards to his strategy to become undisputed again, if that's what he's trying to do. You know, you can only make so many fights till, like, you know, that mandatory is rearing its ugly head. You know, is sooner than later. So it's like if we alienate these in between fights, one, I think it's bad for the sport because that means people who don't have much profile don't get their shot. And if you've been working, I get you, we got to put some onus on fighters to sell themselves. Some people just don't got the personality for that, but they do got the work ethic to be in the sport and put that time in. So it's like, that's why it's like I don't want him to be like maybe I might have to vacate the belt for a little while because of the Sandor Martin issue if he has a bigger fight scheduled on the way type deal. So I feel like situations like these can like breed that, throw kinks in the plan. If like, because I would love the Sandor Martin fight. I think it's a very good fight, honestly, for Devin. But I don't want like financial viewpoints to get in the way of that, you know, or like pay-per-view viewpoints to get in the way of that. And that's why I think it's the same, though Tio's not on pay-per-view, I think it's a similar situation in fact that it's like you got people who, one, deserve shots, two, you deserve to improve on things that if you had a flaw in your previous fight, and three, like if you have a plan, not giving those in-between fights their due diligence can screw up that plan.
I mean, for
So,
me,
like,
it's shot out the top rank that is letting him get an on TV fight where he gets to work on shit versus an opponent that isn't as durable or as tough or let's say as skilled as Jermaine.
yeah, I'd say that's skill because I don't know, man. Like the see, because I still got like YouTube on in the background because I'm trying to like watch more Steve Claggett fights, and it's just like I think that's still a fight. You know what I mean? Not now. Obviously, I'm heavily favoring Tio, but that to me that's still a fight. And are you doing a fight party, a watch party for
Yeah, for
tonight's fight?
tonight. Yeah.
And what about tomorrow?
Yep. I mean, even though my fight
Okay.
got canceled, bro, I was really looking forward to that
I
couple
know that
days.
Elijah fight
That's
looked
crazy.
good. I'm gonna end up missing the fight. It's like, your girl tried to drag you to something, and I'm like, yeah, I was planning on watching this fight, but then she's like, we're going to see Cat Williams tonight, and I'm like, damn it, you
Can't
got me.
can't get mad at that.
I can't, man. I was like, damn it, this girl, she ain't dragging me. Like last time I had to miss a fight because I forgot what. No, I missed the Super Bowl because my family and my girl dragged me to go see My Fair Lady play.
Oh. Yeah, nah, hey,
Yeah,
listen,
bro,
you gotta be a good partner to your partner, man.
I know, man. I know. I'm trying, but so I was like, okay, man. Cat Williams. I'll just like sneak some peeks at the fight every once in a while. But good show, guys. Keep it up. Thank you, Marco. I fuck with you, Marco. Don't let him drag you down. I fuck with you.
Yo, I'm the
I
opposite.
appreciate you.
I would rather not watch it. Like he said, oh, I'll sneak some peeks. I would rather not do that. I don't want to see the results because if I do, I'm less likely to go back and watch it. How
Yeah,
about
I'm the
you?
same way. I
Yeah.
save it and watch it later.
It's
Yep.
like, bro, if you start telling me who won, I'm good on that. Because now I'm anticipating whatever outcome you said, to expect, basically. But if you want to call in and you want to give us your opinion on Teofimo Lopez versus Steve Claggett, Muratalla was offered. Lopez chose the Canadian. We are having Robert. I'm going to go ahead and send that. Hey, we still good, text?
You're still eating, man.
Nah, he probably
Drop,
forgot. Got
drop
the
him in there.
itis.
I talked to him a few months ago. He's cool. I like him. Good trainer too. Good
All
fight
right, so I
too.
sent that message. We are going to keep the lines moving. Looks like I got wheels. Stay rolling.
Wheels ain't rolling now.
He just got to unmute and he'll be ready to rock and roll. What up? We
Can you
hear
hear me?
you. Yep.
What up? What up?
What's good
Shout
with you?
out to the Boxing Voice. While y'all in here, hit that subscribe and that like button for something. All right. I'll go back to that last caller. What he was talking about. See, it's the number one thing wrong with boxing is that they don't know. Like they forget growth. They forget development. The fans, they forget that you have to build. And see, that's why Devin Haney came out like he did and is looking so great like he is now because he developed and he went through the processes. And They talked all this junk about him, but as you see, so many people flipping now, always looking like the best in the division in boxing, because they don't know they don't understand development and growth to be that top fighter. These fighters, a bunch of the legends, you got to understand, they develop without being on TV. That's why some fighters were getting 100+ fights in and having records like that, because they didn't just always go after pay-per-view fights or the big money fights. They put in the work and they develop on their skills and their craft and try to make themselves better without always having to get the money. But don't get me wrong, they still got paid for those independent shows that they may have done or those little road shows that they do. But it's more about the development. And that's the number one thing wrong with boxing fans today is they forget their development and growth. They think these fighters supposed to come in and if they look good, give them 2-3 fights and then they ready for the best. It's just not happening like that. That's all I had to say though. Y'all have a good one.
You too. 2 minutes ago, Michael Coppinger told y'all Elijah Garcia pulled out the Kyrone Davis fight, just in case you ain't hear me half hour ago. Wheels, salute. Man. But the good news is Coppinger is reporting that Kermel gets bumped up to the prime prelims TV. That's exciting news. That's fantastic news. For real, for real. Damn, Robert ain't see my hey, we still good, coach. Okay. Okay.
That's what I hate about interviews, man. That exact stuff right there.
Yeah, that's why I like sometimes I slow down from getting it because you know that's like the Great Depression. Every time you think you're gonna get a big one and then that big one don't happen.
Yep. Or they forget or whatever.
Yeah. Hopefully he didn't forget. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. Don't forget, we're gonna be watching the live fights here tonight. If you're interested in joining us for a live fight chat, watch along. Marco, what you doing? You watching the fights or you at the Laugh House?
I'm gonna be at work probably.
What is the name of the establishment?
Eastville Comedy Club.
So you at the comedy club tonight?
For a little bit. I will be back. What time the fights start? What time they end?
Fucking hell. Probably early. Probably like 5 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern, maybe. Let me double check on my ESPN.
Oh, damn, that early?
I mean, it's gonna be a long card.
Oh, right. But so it's gonna be a typical like ending at like midnight or 1.
I am pulling it up, fam. From going to the boxing department, and we check in here. It says the Valdez card starts at 6:05 p.m. So you looking at main card around 8?
Yeah, I may jump in for a little bit later on.
Lucky thing we ain't do the betting show yet, because damn, Elijah is out. That fucks up everything. This whole card, poor PBC, man. I know people happy at that. I'm not, man. They've suffered so much in this first fight. It went from Lubin to fucking Thurman to fucking Fundora. You know, now Elijah's out. I mean, fuck, bro.
Yeah, and the price is still the same.
It's crazy. It's like, you know, you want a successful first, you know, outing, man. It's crazy. That they're being met with so many issues. Jerry, what up with ya?
Let him cook. Let him cook. I've got to apologize to you and your audience. I was on my way to Colombia to visit my beautiful fiance. And I was going to be gone for 3.5 weeks. And I've had to abort that mission. So I won't be leaving as I planned. I'll be leaving sometime next month. With that being said, the PBC the PBC, the P. Diddy Boxing Committee. Listen, my friends, I sometimes venture into the chat room, and I know when you hear my voice, some of you, it's like a shot of cognac on ice. It's well received. And some of you want to throw up like you're drinking straight vinegar. I'm an acquired taste for sure. What I do want to tell you is that one of my previously favorite fighters, Teofimo Lopez, and as I mentioned previously, I am an aspiring life coach. I love inspiring people, those that want to listen. If I could choose one person to sit down and have a chat with, it'd be Teofimo Lopez. When I mention the PBC, I have to associate Mayweather. If you look back when Teofimo had just beaten Lomachenko, when he was doing backflips off the top rope, guess who was shadowing him in envy? Your boy Tank Davis was trying to do the same thing, flipping off the top ropes. Teofimo Lopez was Tank Davis's kryptonite. Mayweather coordinated closely to try to stop the momentum. When Teofimo was trying to make fights out in Miami, Mayweather was trying to shadow him to make him move his dates with Triller. Teofimo thought he had it all figured out. Oh, you want to do this? I'll do that. To counterattack Mayweather's next move. When it's all said and done and you look back, Mayweather did what he was supposed to do. And he disrailed the momentum Teofimo had going. My boy has never been able to recover. Mentally, he suffered. And we may laugh at Teofimo's antics right now. But honestly, it is a sad state of affairs. Because he honestly suffered mentally. He has never recovered, my friends. It's affected him outside the ring. It's affected him inside the ring. So when I talk about the PBC, the P. Diddy Boxing Committee, it is a dark state of affairs. Your boy Mayweather tried to do the same goddamn thing with Garcia versus Haney. Folks, he tried to derail that fight too. He tried to derail Garcia versus Haney too. When I say the PBC, the P. Diddy Boxing Committee, not to rain on my boy P. Diddy, my boy.
That's the bell. But we do appreciate you as always. We got Damien $2. Let's be honest, it's a sidestep. Stay busy. All champions are tied up, so definitely stay busy. We got Kerry G counter right back at us.
Hello.
What up?
Yeah. Also, Raymond Muratalla is like, sometimes I like the up and comers from Top Rank. I don't really look. I look to watch them fight. Like whenever I see it on schedule, I'm like excited, cool. Like, oh, Carrington's on. Cool. Fucking Abdullah Mason's on. Cool. But I don't really like follow them because Top Rank matchmaking always like they take their time, which I like. But sometimes that could stall your excitement, And I gotta say that I'm really fucking with Raymond Muratalla because it seems like he wants all smoke with everyone. And I've been watching a lot of his fights, but I gotta rewatch him again because to really see can he really take these dudes on. But I like the energy he's doing. And then also something about the stuff that I've been hearing from the TBV community in the last week or so. Listen, guys, Jerry Soriano is the shit. Because, I think people are just jealous. Like, they think they got call signs and catchphrases. This nigga has a real catchphrase that makes real money in real life. Jerry Soriano, Yolinda for life. I mean, that shit is like Allstate good hands type stuff, man. I trust him. I get this mortgage.
How do you know it makes money in real life, though?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think people just want to hate on it because they know how good it is. Like, bro, this dude, every time he like people like see what people saying, oh, we're gonna get tired of it. I don't know, man. I ain't tired from the former president from 24 yet. So like I'm definitely not tired of Jerry. I just think that he takes too much breaths in between each word. That's why he can't get it off in the round. But but like there's no way you tell me that that is professional catchphrasing at its max, especially for a small business. Like I mean, or like a privately owned business. I know large Linden Mortgage Corporation, bruh. I would holler at him in a heartbeat. I don't know why. It's just I feel like my interest rates are in good hands with this man. So I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, guys. This dude is out here, man. That is just straight up hate because you wish your call sign sounded as crispy as his, and then it translates to the real world and it's making money. Stop hating, bro. Y'all know that shit fire. Every time I hear it, I'm like, oh shit, let him cook, even if that shit burns, and I'm a chef. You let that man fucking cook. I'm out.
All right. Now he does got the double catchphrase too, because the let him cook people have picked up, and obviously you like the lender for life. We got James in Atlanta, $2. Jerry mad he couldn't see his mail order need.
Damn.
Andre, member for 39 months on that champ level. Hope all is well. I just got back from Vegas this morning, attending a trade show at the convention center. Let's be grateful for a weekend of boxing. Salute to you, champ. Them trade shows be good. I went to a few since moving to Vegas, especially when it's the weed ones. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is your reminder to hit the thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility of the show, putting this episode in the eyes of boxing fans that don't know that this is our second episode, spontaneous episode, breaking news episode, you know? Will stay rolling. Did we not get the will stay rolling? You?
Can we talk to him?
Yo, you hear me?
Did we not get to you, champ?
Yeah. I requested back in because I was trying calling in from the show this morning, so I just want to get off topic for a second.
You know you got to get that counterpunch in for that second call, man.
I got you. What's your Cash App name?
$Ness GTO. NESGTO. Go ahead and get that, and I'll be right back to you, champ. No worries at all. We ain't going nowhere as we are waiting on Robert Garcia. So if you haven't already asked him a question, go ahead and do so. You can check in on our Patreon page and our YouTube channel here on the community posts. Okay, says he's online. Coach, are we still good for the interview? Don't be leaving me on red, fam.
Robert was a good
hands
fighter,
up.
man.
We got the hands up crew over here. We got Alex West Palm. What up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Man, wow, what a shocker, huh? I don't think anyone had Steve Claggett as a possible next opponent. Claggett's been around for a little bit. He's got some decent wins. I know the Madueño, if you don't remember, Madueño actually was just on the Pro Box headliner, beat Justin Paldo. And he beat someone else too recently. That was Carlos Sanchez, who's fighting in Landolfo Delgado today. Those are not the highest quality of wins, but those are still two decent wins. And you see those guys, they've been matched up pretty decently themselves, even after Claggett beat them. Not a sexy fight at all. Not a fight I think that is going to draw, most of the boxing community to make sure they're clear that night to watch it. But I get it.
Well, Robese is on the undercard.
Yeah, Robesi just fought down here. I got a little issue with Top Rank because they ain't want me to cover that fight, but whatever.
I want to be at this fight, Ness. Put me first on the list, man. And that press, I want to go to it. It's a hometown fight. A lot of people don't realize this, man. Tio has lived in South Florida. I think he was like 6, 7 years old. He won the Florida Golden Gloves like 6 years in a row as well. Went to high school in Florida over here, and I think Davie it was. So he definitely is based off it. My coach used to train with him as well as many other people. He's known down here. Has a lot of roots in boxing. I know they wanted to put one of his fights last year down here. I love it because I get to go to it. We don't really get too many big fights. Last one was Canelo. Now they're bringing Teofimo. It's a showcase fight. I think, after the last fight, they want to bring that excitement again. They want to get him rolling. Steve Claggett's going to come to fight. It's going to be perfect style for Tito to look good. And hopefully we get a big fight at the end of the year. Sabril Matias or Devin Haney. I think that's what most boxing fans like. So, hey, everyone's busy. Steve Claggett's ranked in multiple sanctioning bodies, bringing it back home. I love it. As you guys love to say, well, not you guys particularly in the community, it's going to be a movie, right? So fuck it. I'll pay my admission, to go see the movie. That's my call. I appreciate the time.
You already know, Wills. Counter.
He's back.
Yo.
Holla.
You hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Shout out to the Boss Voice. Hit that like and subscribe. Get that out the way. So yeah, I was saying, I just wanted to call back and touch on the subject from this morning about Earl Spence or versus Tszyu. I think instead of you had another caller that touched on it too. I think Earl should just skip the 54, go to 60, and get a bigger fight, more money, fighting the big Charlo. I think it'll sell out. Put that thing in Dallas Stadium. Both of them boys down in Texas, they both bring their family out, and I think it'll sell out. I think it'll do real good, and it'll be better for Earl, because I just don't see him beating Tim or Fundora right now. He got to get back in the rhythm and get an easier fight under his belt. And I think that big Charlo fight will be a lot easier for him. He knows him, he knows his style, and he's coming. He's only had one fight, just like EJ's only had one fight. So I think it'll really work out for the best for both of them. But that's all.
Appreciate you, champ. You from
Yeah.
Texas? Because you sound like you from Texas.
Nah, I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, wow. Okay. Appreciate
Carolinas.
Yeah.
Man, I swear, like, I'm hearing him talk, and I'm hearing that song, like, bitch, I'm from Texas, right? Nah. Oh, all right. Big Gucci. Maybe I'm saying a song wrong. I'm not hip to the lingo no more, man. I'm out here watching boxing, only boxing, listening to, reggaeton every day. All my runs consist of a Latin trap motherfucking playlist.
Word? That's all you listen to is the reggaeton?
Yeah, I barely listen to American music.
Remember when Nori was the first guy to pop that? Remember that?
I mean, pop it for y'all.
Yeah, for like mainstream hip hop. Yeah.
Pop it for Americans.
Shout out to Joe, man.
What up?
Yo, shout out Marco. Everybody go subscribe to Marco's channel.
So you breaking up a bit, man. So give it a second there to reconnect or something.
No, he's saying some good stuff and nobody can hear it.
That's what I'm saying. He's breaking up. But in the meantime, Robert did say.
What about now?
You're good now.
We good now. Robert did say yes. He's still having breakfast, but give him a few. So we will be getting Robert Garcia. So we do need an influx of callers to keep the show going before that happens, so that we don't rush him and he can digest. But take it away, Big Gucci.
Yeah, man. Shout out Robert Garcia, man. It's gonna be a good interview. And like I was saying, man, shout out Marco Boxing too. I was checking out some of your interviews, man, and you killing it, man. So everybody head over there and help him out too, man. For sure. And man, Lopez, he do not want that Muratalla smoke, man. That's one dude that's been low key on the radar, but like no one's really calling him out, man. I know he's moving up, and I feel like if anything, if that's an unavoidable fight for Lopez down the line, he should have took it now because Muratalla was moving up from that lower division, man. But regardless, man, I like to see Lopez active, like you said, Ness. I really appreciate a boxer that's giving us fights, whether it's the ones we want or not, like Canelo, man. Like the big fights will come, but would you rather not see him fight or see him display his skills regardless of the name? And then when that big fight is available, we take that big fight. And like the last caller said, it's a movie. You feel me? But yeah, man, I'm not too mad about the Steve Claggett fight. It's gonna keep the chain nice and lube so that well-oiled machine could keep moving. We don't want to see that ring rust because we know what happens when you got that ring rust, man. So good shit from Tio. And hopefully we get a big fight next, man. I want to see a Keyshawn Davis next, or like you said, the winner of Haney Garcia, or man, I forget that dude's name. What's that dude's name? That's the other champion.
Matias?
Yeah, Subriel. Yeah, that's him, man. I don't know why I couldn't think of it, man. Yeah, man. So after this fight, hopefully Tia could get one of them big names. But this is a good move. He's gonna get a little bag right there. Staying active too at the same time. So I love to see it, man. Not mad at it for sure. But I'm gonna keep the ball rolling. That's I'm gonna keep listening.
All right, brother.
I like
Uh,
that guy.
I bet you do. Anybody gives Marco a compliment, he's Team U.
Word up.
Al in the Bay, what do you say?
Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? Straight from the Bay Area,
What up
Pittsburgh,
with you?
California on the map, man. Yeah, for your earlier one, yeah, I think he can beat both of them. He have a good shot at being beaten, Tim Tszyu and Fedora. Um, would I bet my money on it? I don't know. But I definitely wouldn't count him out to beat either one. Um, so I think I'll be thinking it's a good fight. I definitely wouldn't be mad at it. He only had one. Uh, Earl only had one slip up. Fighting against Bud, but he come back as a madman, just like he came back after them car accidents. Um, and that's something that people is not looking towards. When at his worst, he came and fought his best. So this was his worst. He can come back again and fight his best and destroy some stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Um, yeah, man, it's teal fight. It's a stay busy fight. I like it. I like fighters not trying to get ring rust and trying to hold out for the big fight. Sometimes you just need to get that fight in between, to keep your blood going, and not being stiff. I think that's one thing with fighters they have a problem with. They sit out for a whole year. Now their body is stiff and they're not um they're not. I can't think of the word I'm thinking about, but they're not active. And any athlete can tell you that. No matter how much you train, if you're not active in your sport, you're gonna get some rust. No matter if, no matter if he's in a boxing gym for about 5 days straight for a whole month. When he get into that real fight, he gonna have some ring rust. So um, so I like to stay busy. Um, Fight, give him a little chop of change in his pockets, and the next fight might be a bigger fight. So to keep his name and in the limelight, you know. But Tio is one of these fighters. He got to get up for the fight, and that's the danger, you know. They always talk about trap fights, and this could be a trap fight for him, you know. If he takes this too relaxed a days ago and not really put his best foot forward, you know, it might be another upset. You know, so as long as he stays silent and doing what he's doing and getting to work and being the TL that we know that he can be, you know, he gonna get this paper, he gonna get this win, and he
Champ,
gonna look for
that's
the next
the
fight.
bell. Do appreciate you. Right now we are scheduled to have Robert on. He's wrapping up, and will jump on with us. We got James Benitez back at us. Another tweet says Rolly wanting the Bud fight is real breaking news. Yeah, I mean he's probably just selling his fight.
He wanted to fight Spencer first, remember? Before
Yeah, he
Spence beat
wanted to
him.
fight Spence.
Oh,
I mean,
lost to him.
and we didn't believe that either.
Yeah, he's talking. I mean, he's. I give him one thing. He knows how to promote himself. Like
Yep.
him or hate him.
Yeah. Like, you gotta love his new chain, right?
Yeah, so that's a chain he just had made. That's not something that the organization gave him, right?
What the fuck? What organization is gonna give you
I thought
a
that might be some new shit.
chihuahua made of pit bull's face? You're terrible,
Oh, I don't
bro.
know what is it. Nah, I'm the one that just
Azuma, what
wants
up?
the IBF belt.
Azuma, what up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
We got you.
Wicked. All right, cool. I just tuned back in. What we talking about? The Tio fight.
Tio versus Claggett, Muratalla being offered, but Lopez chose the Canadian, and we're scheduled to have, Muratalla's trainer Robert Garcia on in about 30 minutes, maybe or less, hopefully.
Perfect. Now, perfect. Now, I heard you say Muratalla took the Shakur Stevenson fight. He wants to fight him. I think that's a good fight for Shakur to take in the meantime. I think with Tio, I think Tio is sometime-ish. I don't feel that he wants to be undisputed. I don't feel like he wants to see Devin. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we hear you. Well, maybe.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, it cut out for a while. See, I don't feel like Tio wants to be undisputed if he's got to go through Devin. I feel like the Raymond Muratalla fight's a good fight for Tio. If he takes it, he takes it. But I just don't feel they want to see Devin. I feel Devin will take out Matthias. I think he'll outbox him. I think he could be undisputed if they give him the opportunity. And I don't think Tio's going to fight Devin at 140 to become undisputed. I don't see him having that old school mentality that Devin brought to the table and that Benavidez and a lot of the other guys are brought to the table.
You think Tio's gonna duck him, huh?
100%. What, duck Devin?
Yeah.
You know what? For the right money, you know how it goes. It's prize fight, and I think he'll take the fight. But the money's got to make sense, and I think the figures that he's gonna want, I don't think he's gonna. I think that'll be the last fight when it comes to the 140 division. I don't even think Matthias wants to see Devin, so it's kind of awkward to be honest with you. But I do like. I know this is not the topic. I do like the fact that Robert's saying Muay Thai is gonna take the Shakur fight because Shakur needs to see somebody.
Yeah, I don't think that happening, brother. If Shakur don't re-sign, he not getting Muratalla, man.
Yeah, top rank, I get it. But yeah, Shakur's fading, man. I like Shakur, but he's fading, man. The three kings in my eyes when it comes to Tank, Shakur, and Devin. I think
Bro,
Devin's
what
ticking
part of
all those
Jamaica
boxes.
you from, man?
The England
Yo,
part.
listen,
What are you talking about?
I'm from London. Yeah,
This is
my
Tim
parents are
Boski's
from
twin
Ghana.
brother.
You from Ghana?
Behave yourself, man. Yeah, Zuma's my uncle, man.
Fucking hell, man.
Oh shit,
Fucking hell.
Azuma's your uncle?
I mean, I seen
That's
this
my
shit
uncle.
say
That's my...
Azuma Nelson, but you know how it is on the internet.
Oh, legend right
Yeah.
there.
No. Big and serious. My dad's name's Azuma. They're both cousins, man.
Yo, we
Left
gotta
in the
get
club
Azuma on
time.
this show.
Nah, it's not even like that. He's just my uncle.
Nah, that accent sound like you could be from Jamaica, though. I love it. Go ahead.
Sounds British to me.
Yeah. Nah, North London, born and bred. But listen, I feel like you was on about the Daniel Dubois fighting not to change the subject. If it goes over the time, yo, run me through it. Keep it going. I'll send the money over, yeah?
Yeah, all right.
Right, so cool. You was on about what's that heavyweight called? The Croatian guy.
Oh, Hergovich.
Right, listen to me, yeah. One of my best friends used to manage Daniel and train him, and I watched a sparring session with them two. There's probably about 9 of us in the
With
room,
Hergovich,
and
you're
I'm telling
saying?
you, I watched Hergovich and
Versus
Daniel
Daniel.
Dubois spar.
And
Yeah,
Hergovich
and
quit after 2 rounds.
nah, not the spar that I watched.
Oh, damn.
No,
What
it was
happened?
a good
What's the
spar.
one?
No, the one I watched was a very good spar, and like Daniel was my guy, obviously, because my mate managed him. So I'm not gonna tell no lies. I don't talk on sparring, but I think that would be a good fight if it comes to
Did
the table. And I
Hergovich
think,
get tired to you?
boy, you know one thing I will say, yeah, without speaking on other people's business, they went on tour throughout the UK, going to different gyms, and he upset a lot of guys when he was sparring them, but he didn't upset Daniel, and it was a very good
I mean, I
spar.
watched him spar a 1-0 fighter, and motherfucker gassed out after 2 rounds. That's why I put all my money on Zane. They robbed us in that Zane fight. He beat Zane.
Nah, definitely,
I
definitely.
mean,
I'm
Zhang
with you on
beat
that. I
him.
agree with you.
Excuse me, Zhang
Zhang
beat
beat him.
him.
Yeah, I was
No,
like,
no,
what are you
no, no,
talking
no.
about?
Zhang beat him. He lost that fight. I agree with
Hell
you. But what
yeah.
I'm saying is sparring, and when you're under the lights. I'm saying with him and Daniel, it was a good spar, innit? Like I feel Daniel got the better, but it was close. And that's all I really want to say on it based on principle.
Bet. Azuba to
Oh.
the next one.
Yeah, man. I'll call back in a bit later, man. Yeah?
All right.
All right.
Yo, Zuma Nelson's nephew. That's dope.
PayPal me since you in London. You ain't gonna be able to send that any other way but
You
PayPal.
good? You good?
You know I'm off that all.
Jesus.
Baby. We going from one bread to another.
Is Timboski? He sound like Timboski, didn't he?
Yo,
No, I'm just racist. All right. Well, sound like it to me.
yo.
Bro,
We
we
hear
hear
you.
you. Fucking Marcos don't say nothing.
Tell me
Yeah,
if his
we're
voice.
here again. Yeah, we're here again. You get me? The train keeps going. Nothing gets stopped, man. You hear me? I'm a real boxing fan. Hey, shout out to the North London Donny that called in. He knows what he's talking about. He knows his boxing. You get me? UK, stand the fuck up. We're going to have a big heavyweight bout, even though that's not the topic of the matter, but we're looking forward to it because it's a big domestic bout over here. You hear me? Shout out to you, Ness, Marco. You get me? The boxing voice community. We're talking about Teofimo Lopez and Steve Claggett. Steve Claggett, he's got a tune-up fight before he takes on Tio, right?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh well, we're gonna find out who that guy is in Montreal. You know, Montreal Casino. We're gonna find out who Mike Orhan Jr. is. You get me? I like Steve Claggett. It's a decent bout. Decent bout for Tio. You're gonna go in there with someone that's had some rounds underneath his belt. You get me? I saw him beat Miguel Madueno. I saw what he did with him. He's been in there with a couple guys, in fact, man. He's got one close decision loss to Matthew Jeremy was decent. He's a decent European guy coming out of there. I see he's lost against Yves Ules Jr. You get me? So it's going to be a decent bout for Tio. I want to see him put on a home showcase performance. I like the fact that we're just staying active because, listen, staying active and fighting a few cans or a few guys that are lesser than you in competition is better than being on the shelf left dusty. You know what I'm saying to you? So it'll be interesting to see what Tio does after that because there are some games. I told you, 140 is like shark-infested waters. You got hungry guys, Barbosa Jr. I want Tio to clear that situation up with Barbosa Jr. You get me? We want to see what Jack Carroll and Josh Taylor, what the winner of the day is going to do, what the loser is going to do. Richardson Hitchens is over there, young Africa. You got Gary Antoine Russell. What's going on with him? I'm surprised Jose Ramirez, he ducked the smoke because he got out of shape and got fat after he lost to Regis or he got smoked by Josh Taylor and took that honeymoon off and then got to gain a couple pounds. We ain't seen him ever since. So it's going to be interesting to see what with there. Obviously, the US crowd might not be familiar with someone like Steve Claggett, but he brings excitement. When I say excitement, we know he's going to be durable. We know he's going to be stationary target for Teofimo Lopez. So it's going to be very, very interesting. What's your whole experience with the fight there? What next? Are you going to Honduras to see this fight, or what? What's going on there?
Nah, this ain't it. This is not in Honduras. This
Where is it?
is happening in May. I mean, excuse me, in Miami, end of June.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami, Florida, end of
Oh,
June. And
Is it close? Is it close by? Is it close by? Is it close by to those type of people? Does he reach out to those type of people? Because I know there's a lot of Latinos and Cubans. I mean, those type of people.
there's Latins all throughout Miami, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know why they going to Miami.
Yeah, it's confusing to me. It's confusing to me, but it's good to. But it's good though because you get to get Tio out
But
of the
I
state.
think it's because of Canada, right? Like, isn't it easy? Like, I feel like all my Canadian friends come, they all go to Florida. It's like the cheap way to vacation for them.
Cheap. Hey, nothing cheap's down there in Miami, boy. You hear me? Nothing's
You
cheap
ain't
over
lying
there.
about Miami not being cheap, but Florida as a whole, I think Canadians visit a lot and it's easy travel.
Yes, no income. Was it no income state tax over there?
For sure.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Well, we're looking
But
forward
I
to these
don't mind the
weekends.
Claggett fight, man. Like I've already
I
repeated,
don't mind.
man. I
I don't
like.
mind it because they don't know about Claggett. They don't know about Claggett. They're not gonna. If you speak to the average, but Claggett,
Nah, man.
who the fuck is that guy?
I interviewed Claggett years ago, bro. Is that my
Yeah,
motto was
we know
always
Claggett. Man.
big, little, small, interview them all. So, guys like Claggett, I looked at them as giving me my start back then.
Yeah, man. We know Claggett, man. He's been in there with gained opponents. Right? In fact, he was lost to the former IBO champion, the guy Errol Spence's couple of his best wins. Oh, Chris Van Herden. Chris Van Herden. Yeah, that guy. He also lost to him. You get me? Remember, anyone in there, Danny O'Connor, Southpaw, Danny O'Connor. I remember,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what I
Danny
said.
O'Connor.
Danny O'Connor,
Yeah.
he got knocked out by Tito Becerra. I couldn't believe that shit, bro. One round. Tito
Oh
has
yeah,
no power.
but no power. But that was very very surprising. What was that? One
It
round or something?
was,
2 rounds?
yeah. No, in the first
Oh
round, bro.
shit.
That was crazy. And I think it
Yeah,
happened in like Boston or somewhere around there, Providence or some shit. That's when Al Heyman had all that money. That might have been on the undercard of Darrell versus the Gale, probably. If I'm not, I'm not the almanac. That's Brandon and Danny. But listen, got to get to some other callers. You are
I
the
appreciate
man.
it.
Nah, we appreciate you,
Peace out, Timboski.
Real Jose. Look. It took that long, but look, see, I just wanted to prove that. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing interviews with my man Claggett for years. I got 3 pages of Claggett on my website. Let me see when was our first article written on him. May 7th, 2013.
Damn, you've been around that long, huh? Woo.
That's how long I've been on Claggett. Double Jeopardy on May 31st, Edmond, Alberta. My man,
What's good, Marco?
Julio
What's good?
Garcia used to be
Good,
my
man.
writer from Canada. What up?
What's poppin'?
Real Jose?
What up, man? Shit. Man, so it's fucking NCAA weekend. We got the fights tonight, fights tomorrow. How the fuck do I tell my wife that I don't want to do shit?
You
But
got to
just
do
relax and
everything.
watch
You
fucking
got to do
TV, bro.
everything in the day with her. You got to.
Man, but I'm at work.
When? Right now?
Yeah. The bad thing is tomorrow too.
Damn.
Nah, it's a great weekend for sports, man. For real, no cap. But shit, I'm gonna roll off my picks real quick. I got Emiliano Vargas by knockout tonight. I'm rolling Richard Torres knockout, Raymond Muratalla knockout. I actually think Muratalla is disciplined enough to beat Tio. That's why Tio didn't take that fucking fight. But I don't think he has the skills to beat Shakur. I think Shakur could probably edge out a decision. Oh, but I think that's why Tio didn't take that fight, because Tio can be undisciplined and he can end up fucking getting smoked by Muratalla. But shit, anyways, I'm gonna roll with Yokasta Valle and Oscar Valdez too. And I'm gonna take North Carolina State and Duke tonight for all y'all basketball fans. But shit, man, I don't know. This Tio fight, I guess it's a good tune-up. I mean, that dude, I don't really know him. I'll have to look at his highlights and shit. But yeah, I think Tio ducked Muratalla because I think Muratalla got enough to beat him. But shit, that's my call. I'll keep it short and sweet, man. Shout out to y'all. Keep doing your thing. I'll be tuned in.
All right. Damn,
We
that's
just
crazy, man.
What's crazy?
Nah, that they calling Tio a duck for the Muratalla shit. I look at it the same way Benavidez said no to the Carlos Adames fight. If I fight him, y'all gonna say I'm bringing him up. You know what I'm saying? And I think we already said that about Tio with Jermaine. So I don't know.
Yeah,
You
I
damned if
mean,
you do, damned if you don't in this sport, man. It's pretty crazy.
Tio's one of the few guys at 435, 40 that have proven that he's looking for the big fights. So he gets a little pass.
I hope.
Yo, what's
I
going
mean,
on, man? That's my audio.
it ain't the best.
It's very like
Oh shit,
a
I'm
lot of
on the
background
beach,
noise.
bro.
Oh, you on the
Hold on.
beach?
Damn, he's at the beach chilling. I wish I was at the beach.
Yeah, he's out here in Florida.
Oh, and there's your voice twice. And mine.
He's on speaker. Now he's off. He said, fuck it. Dom, holla.
What up, Ness, Danny, TBV, Marco? It's good.
What up? What up?
What's cracking?
So I'm gonna speak on the Spence news, and I was listening this morning, yesterday, and I need to ask, did we forget who Spence is? We're asking for tune-ups from Errol Spence. That's not
That's what
what
I'm
he
saying.
does.
I'm with you.
Exactly. Spence is the truth for a reason, and he's the PBC's biggest ticket. He's
There's
the
one
big
bad
fish.
fight. Yep.
And the big fish is headed straight back into deep waters. And as a boxing fan, I love it. And boxing fans were the only ones calling for Errol's retirement. Not him, not the PBC, not Bud or any of his other peers were saying that he should retire. They were saying the opposite. And honestly, I figured that this would have been the plan the whole time, coming off the Bud loss and the rematch being unobtainable. But I have to ask, did the PBC sort of bait Bud into forcing his mandatory? They had Canelo, his new nemesis, tied up in negotiations, and they didn't include his name. They included other promotions, fighters' names, but not the free agent Bud, who just did a fight with them and who was calling for him. And that led him to sort of forcing his champion status at 154 at a suspicious time, to sort of bring interest to this fight when Thurman fell out, and maybe Thurman falling out
He did it before
inspired Bud.
Thurman, FYI.
He did.
Yeah, remember he was in Puerto Rico to get his ring. That's where he filed, and then he went to the
Am I
Jake Paul
wrong when I
fight.
said they announced it after? But regardless, it seems as though that this has brought a lot of interest to the fight card. And, it just seems like now is the perfect time to roll out the Spence return, because they're blackballing Bud or, cock blocking him, however you want to call it. And, the PBC loves to do that. And it's, sparking maybe a rematch in the future. He took your fight, Bud, I think that we as a boxing community should be fans of this move. Bud, he's gonna figure it out. He always does. I think if it were up to me, he should move up to 160 and force his champion status there. Get another 2 belts, sort of same thing. Then he can navigate up to 168 for Canelo or back down for a Spence rematch. So, this really isn't as bad as people are making it sound. And I'm saying that as a huge Bud fan. I think this presents a great slate of fights ahead, and we should just support it and support Spence in his return. And that's it. Peace, y'all.
I'm not so sure he's gonna return, but we'll see.
You the man. Azuma, check your DMs. I sent you the link. We got
Zuma. Who we got? You good? You froze.
I did not freeze. I was reading a text. Sorry. Trying to fucking get this show on the road.
He's ready yet, or he's not ready?
I don't know.
Mierda.
Let me see what time this was. 1:37. Yeah, that's a minute ago. I'm gonna give him a second though. I'm gonna give him a second. But if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It's gonna help with the visibility of the show.
You ever have Carmel on here?
Moen? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm supposed to talk to him tomorrow after his weigh-in. He told me, but he's another one who's hard to kind of grab him. He has the intention to do it, but what's up?
Oh shit, dropped off, bro. He dropped off. Fucking hell. But you were saying what about Carmel? You were gonna have him on your show?
Yeah, tomorrow. He said after the weigh-ins he'll jump on, but he's one of those dudes that's like slippery. You know, he gets caught up quickly and then.
Yeah, I
doesn't
mean
always
that's
happen.
that's a tough time. I wouldn't even fucking ask for that time
That
slot.
was him. He told me. He
it's
said to me.
like they hit you with the man, I gotta get something to eat. It's like damn.
Is there one person that you've never had on that you really want to have on? Like a dream guest of any kind?
Floyd.
Okay. Yeah, that's tough.
Everybody else I've had, bro.
Everybody? You had De La Hoya?
Yeah. I've had De La Hoya. Like I've been on podcast Row, so I've had like literally everybody.
Tyson?
On
Mike
my
Tyson?
live show. Not Mike. I had Lennox.
Damn. When was that?
For the Jacobs fight, I want to say maybe.
Damn.
I had Lennox. I had Julio Cesar Chavez. I had
Oh,
Ryan. I had
shit.
Ryan.
And you spoke to him in Spanish. So.
I had Ryan live back then. I had and all these I'm talking about live in person.
Live and face to face.
Yeah, face to face, bro.
So Mike wouldn't be. You'd rather Floyd over Mike if you had to choose one of the two.
I guess you're right. Maybe Mike, cause we could smoke, bro, and really fucking kick it. So, yeah, but I do want to talk. I want to be the one to talk to Floyd, like that real. You know what I'm saying? That real interview with Floyd, not a little high and by type shit like that.
Yeah, I tried to like do that through GT, his trainer, but GT's like Floyd doesn't really like.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. To have some legit time scheduled with him, to hit him with the real shit. Cause look, Tyrone Davis fight gets pulled because of Elijah Garcia. Now all of a sudden, Carmel could be on TV. I thought it was because of his age. What happened? Like I don't understand. These are it's a lot of things that I would love to ask. Like, yo, what happened with Hitchens? Cause Matchroom's doing a wonderful job, and the kid's looking like he's a very good boxer. If he could continue to perform the way he performed in the Zepeda fight, I don't mind that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he needed to go for the knockout. I'm always a boxer's boxer, so I don't mind when a boxer boxes. It's your job to cut the ring off on Hitchens and put pressure on him because he's a boxer. He's going to do what he does best, which is box. And that's what Floyd did. That's why I was never upset in that Floyd-Pacquiao fight. The people that were upset with that were the people that expected Pacquiao to do more than. But Floyd did what he always do.
Yeah. Floyd's yeah. I'd love Prince Nassim. That's what I'd like to get on. Whew.
Very unique style. Chris C, $5. I heard you say you was a truck driver. How did you get a podcast going? Was it connects from people, or you just everyday made content till it blew?
Your big ass drove a truck?
It was the latter. It was that. Bro, listen, which is crazy. It sounds horrible. It sounds like a movie, right? Because it was my ex-wife that said to me, why don't you get on Twitter? Because I always been a boxing fan. I always watched boxing with my dad. And, bro, listen.
So wait, you were driving a truck?
This how small the underworld. I mean, this how small the world is for me, bro. Like, I knew Gamboa before I was even in boxing, because I'm Latin and he's Cuban, and I've been in Florida all my life. So, I just didn't have anyone to talk boxing with. Like, how many male not male. How many people can you really physically talk boxing with?
Yeah, there's right. No, absolutely.
And look, and we talking about 2024. Think back when I started in 2020. We talking about 2011. We're talking about
Yeah,
2011 when I started. Like, bro, I had one best friend. He's Cuban and only knew Cuban fighters. That's all he cared about was Cuban fighters.
yeah, I know
So,
a few, but yeah.
you know, I went to Twitter and it was brand new back then. Imagine. I'm talking. Listen, my first interview ever was Danny Garcia.
But wait, you drove a truck, like a rig, like all night
Yeah,
kind of thing?
yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear because when I started, Steve Kim had already been at Max Boxing for many years, but I heard that was also his start. But I think he was with UPS.
Wow.
I was in a big truck, CDL, big rig. But yeah, no, it was everyday content was the latter. It was so I started it as a event. You know what I'm saying? Just to get because you would watch these fights, bro, and it's like fucking hell. You know what I mean? Like imagine not having a podcast to call into and express your frustration after watching motherfucking Nick Ball's dirty ass. You
Yeah, yeah, because
understand?
it's such a niche sport. The community's
And
mad
then
important.
fuck a podcast. Now think back to when I started. I didn't have a soul to call. There was no. I can't call my best friend and talk about no fucking Nick Ball. Which back then, not even back then, because Gavin Reese, I was already in the business by the time Gavin Reese's name was even mentioned in boxing. But yeah, bro, it just you needed the internet, and it just opened up to so many things. I mean, I'm blessed. I swear to God, I praise God every day, and I tell y'all on this show every day. I mean, this has opened up so many doors. I'm telling you, I've met so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
It's dope. It's
Crazy.
dope. Yeah,
All
man.
walks of life, too. All walks of life. And the beauty, like, man, it's just been an amazing ride for sure.
That's like kind of the curse of boxing being a niche sport is there's not a lot of people you could share it with, but that's also the blessing because the community's tight.
But I think it's growing, and that's because I've been in it for so long. I think that everything that we see, all the evolution is part of the growth. The apps, the social media. Bro, I'm telling you, I've been in this business so long. We used to be on Twitter saying, why don't y'all fucking put the undercard streams on Twitter? At least put them on Twitter. We
Right.
want to see it. And it took years. And now we got all undercards. Top Rank don't play. They shit is like on the ESPN app. You get every goddamn fight. You don't miss nothing there. There ain't no mistaking
Right.
about what's going to be on. But, PBC gradually started doing. I mean, Adrian Broner fought on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
they started doing YouTube channel prelims and I've watched the evolution of the sport, so I don't think that it's growing. Like, for instance, there used to be a phrase in the sport that people don't even say no more.
What?
Can you guess it?
Give me a hint. Give me a hint.
A hint would be apocalypse.
I have no idea. What?
Boxing is dead.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. We barely hear that shit anymore. I swear to God, I feel like when I was getting into this business in 2011, that was like the common thing, like an every week thing. Boxing is dead. Boxing is dead. Boxing is dead. Oh, if Mayweather retires, this sport is dead. If Pacquiao retires, this sport is done. What y'all gonna do? There's no more stars. Bro, we've heard it all. And this shit just keeps growing.
Tyson and Roy Jones exhibition coming off of COVID really sparked something. And, Jake Paul, say what you want, those kind of people.
All that
really,
showed growth. All that
Yeah.
showed growth.
Yeah.
1.9 Tyson and motherfucking Roy Jones did. That's insane.
But that's also, let's not forget, people were in their house still. It was COVID, so you're going to get more
I don't want to
buyers.
hear nothing about no excuses. They did that shit. People
No, they
paid for
did.
that shit.
They did, and it sparked something, and it's great. And even like COVID even sparked like
And
a show like yours.
look at the birth of this kid, Jake Paul, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Homie's
And
brought in so many extra millions of views and attention to the sport. I mean, his content for this Tyson Fury fight, Mike Tyson fight, Jesus Christ. I'm such a purist, I can't even remember the wrong Tyson, only the right Tyson. But his content for this Tyson fight, everything he does is going viral. Everything
And
he
it's
does.
and it's clever. Like,
No, it
biting
is.
the ear.
It is. I'm
Yeah.
going to bite his ear. Whose right hand would you rather take? Who got the better uppercut? I mean, the motherfucker know what he's doing.
Let me say this, too.
He
Let
know
me
what he's
say
doing.
this.
I love
I
him.
interviewed, do you know who Tom Patty is?
Negative.
He's one of Mike Tyson's closest friends. He came up in the Custom Auto stable with Mike, right? He's with Mike a lot in public. Anyway, I interviewed him yesterday. He's still close to Mike to this day. And I go, so are we going to get, and you guys can go to my channel to see this interview in full, but I go, are we going to get a Roy Jones performance where he's kind of going light, whatever? He goes, no. He goes, Mike said that Mike does not trust Jake to try and bite him or do something stupid. He said that Mike is going to try and knock Jake out straight away. So I don't know if that's true. I trust what Tom said.
Well, I mean, today, I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed, but a couple of MMA sites are reporting today that this fight has some very strange rules. But I am waiting for Jake and Nikisha, MVP, the Zone to announce. I don't know, these MMA sites, they could just be hating on Jake.
Well, they're saying 14-ounce gloves
Nah,
and 2-minute rounds.
16-ounce gloves and fucking
16. But that doesn't matter. Mike
rounds.
knocks people out in sparring. Like, as long as there's no headgear.
For sure. But they said 2-minute rounds. I just want them, and that there will be no winner announced. I just want to make sure. Because
I think that's correct.
Because remember that they were petitioning to have it a real fight so it could be on his record. So, if there's no winner announced, it can't be on the record.
But either way, Ness, 2-minute rounds and 16s, he could still knock him out if he goes at him. The question is, can he knock him out because of the age gap? But that excited me because my one fear of this fight was they're just going to go easy like the Roy Jones fight, and I don't want to see that. So that made me excited. And he said that the reason why he went easy on the Roy Jones fight, this is what Tom told me that Mike said.
That's crazy. This boxing's terrible. They on Twitter calling poor Steve Claggett a DoorDash delivery driver.
Okay. I guess you didn't care about the Mike Tyson thing.
Can't make anybody happy, bro.
Well, anyway, so that's what I found out. So I'm excited about that fight now, more so.
I'm sorry, Marco. I know you're devastated. I missed that. You found out exactly what?
You missed the whole thing I just said, all of it.
I was reading.
You were staring. Damn.
This is a big monitor, 27-inch Mackie.
Okay. Damn. Now I know how my girl feels when I ignore her. All right.
Thanks for associating me with your girl.
She'll just be like, you were just staring at me the whole time. You didn't get one thing I said. I'm like, I was just saying that Mike Tyson is going to go for the knockout quickly against Jake. That's what I was told.
I hope. Oh, I did hear that. I just didn't react. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope. But again, I don't believe him because I thought he would do the same to the dude he had bad blood with in Roy. That didn't work out that way. So it's
they didn't have real bad blood.
Bro, Roy really wanted that fight back then. He really felt like he was being ducked back then. So I would feel a dude you didn't fight for 50 years, there's some sort of something there.
Well, Tom told me that the reason why Mike didn't go after him, this is what they said, is that Mike wanted to box the boxer. So that's what he said. I don't know. That's why Mike didn't go after Roy. He wanted to try and show that he could box too. I don't know.
Mike wanted to show Roy he could box. Bro, listen, tell these dudes stop capping, man.
That's his close confidant and friend, man.
Them dudes barely threw headshots. I swear, if Jake don't throw a headshot on Mike, I'm going to fuck around and be done.
But what if Mike really goes at him and just stretches him out first round? That'd be dope.
What about if Mike, what?
What if Mike stretches him out in the first round? That'd be dope.
That would be dope. But what would be better is for Jake to stretch him in the first round.
You got to stop with that. That's just awful.
You know it is. It's better for the sport. Mike going to be done after that. We need Jake to take that and run with it.
I mean, I get what you're saying. You have a point.
Yeah, I hear you, Cliff. I hear you too. I have a point, but what?
But I don't think it's. I don't want to risk. Like, it's good for Jake to take it and elevate the sport.
Bro, ain't nobody saying don't wake up. We saying knock his ass out, and he gonna be all right. He gonna wake up. We ain't wishing no.
Mike shouldn't be the residue of that whole situation. I don't think that's I'm not into
Motherfucker, he
that.
signed up for the fight.
Yeah, but having him get knocked out at almost 60 by Jake Paul, that's just embarrassing. And
I mean,
that's
well
all.
then try not to be knocked out. But go
Yeah.
I
ahead,
think that
Cliff.
shit is bad. That's
Awful,
bad for
right?
like I don't
That's just
like the way that
bugging out.
looks for the sport. If Mike Tyson gets knocked out by Jake Paul, I just think that it just don't. That's not a good dish served up to us, man. To watch an old legend like that get embarrassed by a new YouTuber, like we don't need that. But I just hope it's a real fight and it ain't like some bullshit stage or. I hope it's a real fight, but we definitely don't need to see Mike a meme by Jake Paul. That's terrible for us.
Nah, that's gonna help
But
the sport grow.
oh, it
Yeah,
will
but
help
not
it
at the expense
grow,
of
Motherfucking
Mike.
but for the wrong
Jake gonna
reasons.
go viral for knocking out the old man. He gonna become a villain, and everybody and their mother gonna want to learn how to box and try to call out Jake, and everybody gonna be calling out Jake to fight in the sport of boxing, which means growth for boxing.
Boxing. Yo, let me ask you a question. Is Martella the one that Shakur was talking about fighting over Twitter the last couple days?
Damn, when you say Mark Taylor, do you mean Muratalla?
Yeah, I mean, I can't pronounce Muratalla. Yeah, whatever. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
yeah.
one or no?
Yeah, I mean, when
That's
you
him.
say was that the one Shakur talking over Twitter, what exactly you mean?
Well, just the other day, like I've been seeing Twitter shit and maybe a couple YouTube videos from other people talking about Shakur was saying that this fighter is his last fight at 35, but the manager checked Shakur like, nah, this is not his last fight. It's a catchweight for whatever reason, and we are willing to fight you. We're
Oh
both
yeah,
on
yeah.
top
So
rank.
so yeah, that's what we talking about. That Muratalla was offered to Tio, and yes, what you're saying, we're trying to confirm with Robert. He's got an interview scheduled. He's having a long breakfast. He's on the West Coast, but on Twitter he did say something like Muratalla would fight Shakur, but I keep telling y'all they are not going to officially offer Shakur Muratalla unless he fucking resigns to the company. Like, it ain't gonna be
all right.
offered. It don't matter what
So
he say, what he talk about on Twitter. They not fucking doing it. They not giving up
Why?
their prospect who's undefeated with multiple regional straps in number one. He's like top 1 through 3 on all sanctions. They not about to let you just beat on him and beat him and then skip away to Matchroom and go. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Listen, I don't know why y'all don't believe me when I tell you this
It's
shit.
not that I don't believe you. I got other questions. Now you're making me feel like, damn, it's all bullshit, pie in the sky. I was hoping it was more
Not for
serious
him.
than that.
Not for him because they ain't gonna tell him if you don't resign, we ain't gonna give you Muratalla. Cause then all that's making him look, they putting his back against the wall, and he got more incentive to be like, man, fuck y'all then. I'm really leaving. But come on, man, think business, y'all. Like, I literally just said this same shit when we had fucking Derek James trying to get 10% from a fucking pay-per-view fighter. Like, think business. Why? Why would I give you why would I give you back end? Why would I give you my fighter if you were gonna leave? Why? How is that good business? If Marco doing videos behind my back talking shit about my brand, why the fuck would I let him back on here? Y'all tripping.
I mean, I don't know. It's not good business, but I feel like I don't even want to challenge that part. All right, like I could surrender that. Like I see your point, but I'm wondering, Shakur is like Mr. Tough Guy. I'll fight anybody, make it look easy. Why isn't he like pressing the issue? Like, oh, y'all want to fight? Like, let's make it happen. He's talking about Kid Austin and other
That's
fighters,
what I'm
and this
saying.
is the first nigga that want to fight him.
Champ, that's what I'm saying. He is pressing the issue. Cause to him, they like, yo, we got Artem and we got Zabda Abdullah. I don't want dumb. Y'all trying to make me look bad. Fuck out of here, man. Devin knocked that dude out. Frank fought that bum. All right, well, we can offer you Raymond, but he don't want it. You know what I'm saying? He don't want it.
Who Raymond don't want to fight him?
Yeah, hypothetically, they going to say he don't want to fight him. Why? Because they don't want to give you him. Why? Because you ain't willing to resign. I bet you resign. You magically going to get some good offers.
Then why Raymond's trainer out there or manager or whomever is acting like he want the smoke?
Catch the fuck up. Chess, not checkers. Because they sent Raymond a contract to accept the fight. He wants to fight. Cool. You got to resign to get my fighter. God damn it. I will give it to you, but you got to resign. Don't you get it? Muratalla's ready. Muratalla's ready. But I'm not letting you draw this car without the down payment. You feel me? Sign right here.
The nigga that was talking on Twitter, he don't work for Top Rank. He worked for Muratalla. So why would he be doing Top Rank's dirty work?
Listen, he not doing Top Rank's dirty work. He received the contract to fight Shakur. He Muratalla's manager. He telling you the truth. We signed. We want it. I'm not saying Garcia lying. I'm saying Shakur won't get a contract to fight fucking Muratalla without the words saying resign attached to it. That's what I'm saying. You understand?
You interview?
Listen, contracts go both ways. I gotta send Muratalla one to fight Shakur, and I gotta send Shakur one to fight Muratalla. I gotta get the okay from Muratalla. He even willing to fight Shakur.
They talking like they are. But didn't you interview somebody from his camp, if not that manager, shortly after the De Los Santos fight? Or no, am I wrong? You never spoke with those people for us.
Who's manager?
Muratalla, or if not him, somebody in his camp, someone who makes his fights.
For Raymond Muratalla, I don't remember, bro. I don't remember because it gotta be Garcia.
Yeah, because I remember somebody after the De Los Santos fight, you interviewed them, and they were saying how they don't even want to fight Shakur based off of the way he fought De Los Santos. And I felt like it was Muratalla's people, but it might not be. But I was excited about that because Shakur only gets bullshit offers. And nobody really trying to fight him. So I was like excited to see somebody that could challenge him, somebody that got some hype.
Bro, but you talking about bullshit offers. You talking about bullshit offers. The last dude that called him out, did videos, sold the fight, had to chase him. So, of course, motherfuckers is scared to fight him because they know if I hit him, he could always turn into the same person he was a fight ago.
He made it worse for himself. But even before he did that fuck shit, he was already having a hard time getting fights. He had to go all the way down to get Yokozuna. People been basically like,
Yeah, but that was before the bad fight. When they was doing that, when they did that, they just was knowing they couldn't beat him. But we didn't know he was I ain't gonna hate on that kid. I didn't know he was capable again of them cat-like reflexes until the De Los Santos fight. And nobody was, before the De Los Santos fight, he wasn't considered a dude that could do that. That's like, I don't want to look for a different phrase. He just wasn't considered a dude that's going to jump that far out of danger. So people did want to fight him, the ones that wanted to fight him. And obviously the Zepedas and the Cruzes of the world. We see now what Cruz had lined up. And we come to find out that Frank knew what he had lined up.
Cruz didn't want to fight him.
Bro, think about it. Think about it. Chill. Let me bring you back to speed. Think about it. Frank had to turn down the fight after Cruz. Let me reword it. Frank had to turn down the fight after Cruz in order to get it. Frank turned it down knowing he was getting a Tank fight. So obviously Cruz had to know he was getting the Rolly fight, is all I'm trying to say. They already had something planned for him, is all I'm saying. If it wasn't Rolly, they told him.
Checkers.
Yeah, chestnut checkers. If it wasn't the Rolly fight, it probably was the Rayo fight. But they certainly offered him something and told him don't take the Shakur fight because they know you going to lose to Shakur. That's how business work. Like, if I know you going to lose, I don't want you to lose to that dude. You come lose on my soil and make my dude, your stable make more popular than Rolly. Vice versa. That's why the Ryan fight
I
happened.
got
It's
you.
like, what fuck you gonna go lose the Ryan for? Unless the money's great, which he did say was great. I don't know why, because that one is a strange one. Remember, Ryan Rolly comes out and says, no, he making more money on a PBC fight. Then he turns around and says, oh, people should be respecting him because he's taking a tougher fighter for less money. So, whatever. But listen, man, let me get to some
I
other
don't even
callers, man.
think he's a tougher fighter. I
Whoa.
bet.
You don't think Cruz is a tougher fight than Ryan?
Garcia, hell no.
Oh shit, sweet. Shout out to Devin. That's crazy. Some people might debate that, right? What do you think, Marcos?
Which Ryan, as
Who's
opposed to
who's
who?
who you got winning, Ryan or Pitbull today?
If they fought each other.
Today.
Oh, I don't know. Who you got?
See? No, I'm just saying. My man tried to act like it's a shoe-in that Ryan would win.
Oh, nah. I would maybe even lean towards Pitbull, but I don't know.
Word, man. I think that's and that's anyway, whatever's. Super Mix. Damn, bro. Do I follow up with another text for Robert? Shit.
Yeah, remind him.
He had a buffet? He had a buffet?
He's at
Another
a.
check.
Today's the weigh-in? Did the weigh-ins happen? Nah, Muratalla is today's fight day. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's got a fight tonight.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It
Follow up,
is a
though.
fight day.
Nah, you gotta follow up.
Maybe I'm wilding. It's a fight day. Maybe I need to just fall back.
Say, Robert, we need 15 minutes of your time, dog, and take 45 when you get here.
You know how it go.
Marco, hey, don't pay no mind to Ness. Ness got a lot going on, and I've been around Ness. Ness, how long we been friends? Like 5-6 years now.
Bro, you know I've been stopped
Ness,
counting.
Ness got a little bit of the ADD.
Oh,
Sometimes.
I'm aware of that.
How?
Yeah,
Because
so
I ain't hear what
don't-
he was saying because I was receiving, breaking news information? Come on, y'all.
Ness, I've been
Look,
I've been in
right now,
person with you. Ness,
Mauricio just texted me a
what
picture
I
of the
mean?
Pope right now. Like, yo, you feel me?
I've been in person with Ness when he looked right at me and don't hear 3 words I said.
Am I
He's
playing
one of
chess on
those.
my
No,
phone?
He's one of those. Okay.
no, you looking at me and looking through me. It's
He
like
just
that.
did that to me. He was staring me right in the face.
Yeah, I felt for you, dog.
That's
I was
right.
telling my brothers, like, look at poor Marco. You just got to learn to adjust with that.
All good.
Yeah, y'all wild, and I pick Ryan over Pitbull right now. I think you know what, and it's hard, and maybe it's just if you know the Supermax character from Border Wars, I think that's why I attract to guys like Rolly and AB. But I love me a good shit talker, and I've never been sold on Pitbull, dog. I think he's another Madonna who made a name off catching a loss that really wasn't as close as people try to act. I think Rolly puts him out tomorrow, but I pick Ryan to beat him, and Nez knows how I
You
feel
think
about
Rolly's gonna beat
Victor Ortiz
Pitbull?
2.0. Yeah, I think Rolly's beating Pitbull tomorrow. I think he stops him in 6 rounds.
Stops him? Damn.
Yep.
Wait, Rolly
So
stops
Tank?
Pitbull.
So Tank couldn't
In
even
6
hurt
rounds.
Pitbull, but you got Rolly stopping him.
He had a broke hand, dog. That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
Pitbull got a name off of a
Hey,
loss.
no. And Rolly got a name off who? Because who he stopped in 6 rounds?
Grandpa.
Who? Grandpa?
He didn't
I don't
stop
know.
Grandpa.
Fuck out of
Tony
here.
Lee
And I
stopped
said,
Grandpa.
see, I preface my statement by saying, he's so good of a villain. I like him. I'm rooting for him. Plus, man, look, I don't think people act like Pitbull got all this power. He hit Cabrera last time with everything he had, and that kid wouldn't fall. I don't think he'd be hitting like that. So I'm gonna go with Rolly. I'm calling Rolly in 6. That's my official prediction. I'll be here Sunday to get my crow if necessary.
Yeah, you gonna get some. You gonna get some. Ain't no fucking
gonna see.
Rolly in 6. Está loco.
We're gonna see. Hey, so Elijah Garcia's out or what? What happened with that?
Come on, of course. You seen Ness reporter and then Coppager reporter?
Did he give you the credit this time?
No, it's okay.
Cop got to do better, man.
Nah. We don't need no stinking credit. As long as the audience listening knows, that's all, man.
I want to talk about what Marco was talking about, especially since we're trying to extend this while you get that while you try to follow with Robert.
I know,
I
bro. I'm
agree
gonna have
with
to
that
send another
sentiment.
message.
Marco, I don't see why Tyson would trust Jake Paul because you could agree to whatever, but come on, Jake Paul wants that viral moment, so I wouldn't trust him
That's
either.
what Tom said. He goes, they literally talked about what if Jake tried to bite him just for a viral moment. You can't put it
I
past him.
think I mean, but like I'm skeptical because I'm like I'm right now. It's in Dallas. I'm trying to get the tickets. I'm signed up on their thing, but ain't no tickets been on sale yet. Hopefully soon. We trying to get out there.
For what?
For Tyson and Jake, man. It's Cowboy
Tyson, Jake.
Stadium.
Oh.
I mean, you know.
I think they trying to wait on the commission, bro. All this news with these fake rules. I hope
Yeah.
those ain't the real
So what I
rules.
keep seeing, it looks like they're going to be the same. From what I saw reported, that was the same rules for the Roy Jones Jr. fight.
Yeah, but
This is
who's
identical.
reporting it,
So
though?
and there was no winner. Same shit.
But who's
I
reporting
think
it?
they actually used smaller gloves. That's what I'm waiting on. They used smaller gloves in the Roy fight. Wasn't it like 12s?
Royce looked like 12 or 14s. Yeah.
Yeah. So
now they're trying to do 16s.
I would
a
love
little
to
fake,
see.
but-
I would love to see Mike at least go for the KO because if he don't go for it, I think Jake is going to end up catching him. And
yeah, because he didn't go
putting
for it
him out,
against Roy
unfortunately.
like at all.
No, there was a couple harder shots, but not
to the body. Did you
like
see him throw any
yeah.
conviction to the head?
No, not at all. And this is
So
what I tell everybody, Marco. Like, for me, I feel like as cool as it was to see Roy and Tyson a couple years ago, bro. I feel like COVID robbed us of Mike Tyson's first ring walk back in 20 years. Like
Yeah.
literally, that is the sole purpose of me purchasing my ticket. If I get to get the ticket for this Jake and Mike fight,
Yeah.
I just want to be there to be there. Maybe he'll come out with some, the Tupac, maybe the DMX, something. I just want to say I witnessed Mike walk to the ring. Now, what happens after that, I don't know. Because I'm gonna be honest, I
Yeah.
think me and Ness, I know I've been campaigning for this, Marco. If Jake knocks out Mike Tyson, people view it as a bad thing, but I guarantee you, if Jake knocks out Mike, he will fight Canelo within 12 months.
Maybe,
People are gonna
but
demand Canelo go in there and rip his fucking head off.
maybe, but is that what we're doing here? We want to see Mike get knocked out so Jake can fight Canelo? Is that really?
I don't, but I'm
Hey,
just looking at it
Hey,
from
yo,
a
remember he's
realistic
Mexican.
perspective.
He's Mexican. He probably wants that.
Oh, you're Mexican? Well, whatever. Still, I don't know.
You wildin', Ness. You wildin', Ness. Ness,
Why else do you want it?
Because you're the one that first brought it up and it clicked in my head because it's
I'm
true.
predicting it, not asking for it.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I predict. I'm trying to be one of those dudes in the trade game. You know, the predict the pips. Like I'm predicting the market, bro, and the market indicates.
Ness Cleo?
No. I'm just saying the market indicates that Jake Paul is economics. So look at what
100%,
happens.
and that's what I'm saying, though. If he knocks out Mike, I mean, how much money do you think he could make if Canelo's like, I'm gonna stand up for boxing and
take him
end this
out?
shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He becomes
That's
a villain. Now
we
it's
saying the
not.
same thing.
It's not what I want. No, but you made it sound to Marco as if you wanted that. Like, oh,
No, what I'm
you know
saying
what
is
saying?
if that
I'm
happens, I
I'm just
guarantee you.
predicting that that's gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if he knocks out Mike, I guarantee you within 12 months we'll get the fight with Jake and Canelo.
And even if we get that fight, like that's a goofy chain of events. Who
It
the hell wants to
is.
see Canelo
But check
fight
this
Jake
out,
Paul?
Marco. If you get enough people asking for it, that's another
for
distraction away from
the
David.
you're wrong there, Marcos. For the betterment of the sport, I would certainly be all with Jake and Canelo. I mean, imagine Jake knocks out Tyson on Netflix and then entices Canelo to another Netflix deal, which now Canelo and Eddie are doing business with Netflix and they start to get
And
their
that'll
fighters.
be
I'm just looking
your
for the
Sphere
growth.
fight or
I'm
your
just looking
Raider
for the
Stadium
growth,
fight.
of the
So
sport.
yeah, so we're sacrificing.
Yeah, sometimes you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet, Marcos. Come on.
Yeah,
Hey, Marco, I mean, it ain't like Mike doing it for free.
He said sacrificing the integrity. Holy shit, Don King didn't do that
Integrity is the
already.
most corrupt
How
sport in
about
the world.
Bob? Has Bob
Yeah.
already done the ruin
Yeah,
the
we don't like
integrity?
any of those dudes.
Get out of here, man.
We don't like 'em.
They're still here doing
Marco,
their thing.
What's up?
Marco, as long as you've been on this show, I know now
Polo.
you know your boxing. You know the
Appreciate it.
mob used to run boxing. There ain't no integrity
Oh yeah, boxing's
on the
dirty as
surface
shit,
level.
but you know,
This ain't got nothing to do with integrity, bruh.
but
It's always been what makes dollars make sense.
I
Yo,
think boxing does need a jump start. I agree, but I don't think it should be at the risk of
Let's be honest, we
at
don't want
that.
to see Mike get hurt.
my dude,
That's what it
like,
is.
is you in the sport of boxing or not? The answer is yes. So you
Yep.
know the rules. What the fuck is Mike signing up for if not to get knocked out? He either
No,
there to
I
knock
get it.
somebody out or
I
get
get that
knocked
it's
out. Like the
possible,
fuck,
but hoping it happens is a whole different thing.
my dude. Like, listen, gotta break a motherfucking egg. His name is Tyson. We
Damn.
gonna
And
put him back
I
together,
think I'm with Marco. I
Forget
think
about
we're
your
not.
Tyson interview now.
I think we don't want to see Mike get knocked out.
bro.
But I think the reality is
he
he's a 57-year-old man
Yeah, nobody
fighting a
wants to see him
26-year-old.
get knocked out, but like that's just what needs to happen. And we don't want the opposite to happen because if Jake gets knocked out, Mike ain't going to keep fighting. He's not going to make promotional companies. He's not going to take boxing to Puerto Rico. He's not going to put boxing on Netflix. Motherfucker Mike had his run and didn't do shit.
Let's not forget one
But I
thing.
think even if Jake gets
Mike
knocked out,
Tyson had one of the best chins in boxing, and Mike Tyson is at least 20 or 30 pounds
Mike Tyson
bigger.
been knocked out by a fucking
Listen to me,
electronic
though.
skateboard. Get your
Listen to
ass
me.
out of here.
Tyson is
don't
20
do
to
that.
30
Don't
pounds
do that.
heavier
That's
You
heavyweight
than
know
Jake
it.
Paul.
If Jake
20, 30
Paul
pounds
don't get
heavier.
this
You
knockout,
think Jake could hurt him?
if Jake don't get this knockout, he might as well retire himself from fucking the sport because Mike
Ness.
Tyson,
Lennox.
I seen
8
Mike
rounds.
Tyson get bodied by a skateboard.
Yo, it took Lennox
But
and Buster
Ness,
Douglas 10 rounds
You
of
talking about
consistent damage.
my
You
dude?
think Jake Paul could beat him?
He is how old they say he is?
57. He'll be 58 when they
Man,
fight.
stop it, man. Okay,
So
Robert
unless
said
he
he's
but
is,
Ness,
deteriorates
I
his
don't
chin,
think
that happens.
I don't think it'll hurt Jake Paul if he got knocked out by Tyson.
Oh,
No,
no,
it won't.
hurt him.
But it'll hurt boxing if Tyson gets knocked out by Jake
It'll
Paul.
hurt
Yeah,
us.
bro.
It'll hurt
It's Mike.
us.
Hold on,
It'll hurt us
Ness.
because Mike not gonna do nothing with the momentum. What don't you get?
But
You're
Ness,
probably right. He won't.
but Ness, like
I'm
who's
done
gonna
with you. I'm done with
who's
you.
gonna
You
hold?
served your
Who's gonna
purpose.
hold?
Robert is here. Thank you for your assistance.
Okay, cool.
Damn, that's
But you
rude.
was what? He said it himself. I'm sticking around. You're a hater, bro.
Robert's here.
Robert,
Roberto.
What's up?
what's going on, brother?
We're just chilling right here, getting ready like in half an hour to leave
I know.
to the arena.
I know, man. I just want to first and foremost say thank you so much. I didn't even realize that it was fight night. I'm like, bro, is it weigh-in day? And then I realized, oh my God, today's fight day. So,
Yeah, today's fight. I have the second fight, so I have to leave like in 30 minutes.
oh, no worries. We'll be in and out with this, man. Obviously, we talking
Yeah.
about Teofimo announcing his opponent, and we all seen your message on social media saying that, Muratalla has accepted that fight, correct?
100%. They told me a few weeks ago if we were if it was available, if we could move up, if we would prefer going up to 140 to challenge Teofimo, and since all the 135s are also doing the same, not choosing Raymond as their next opponent, I told them I'm open to do it, but it looks like Teofimo chose to fight somebody else too.
And when you say the other 35 pounders are not choosing to fight Raymond, you're specifically talking about Shakur?
And well, the other belts are vacant, so those we can't talk about those guys because we don't know who's going to win. Obviously, Loma more likely will win, and Navarrete more likely will win, but we have to wait to see who wins. But yeah, Shakur, we did the same thing with Shakur, and he chose to fight some guy that lost his last fight.
To Frank Martin.
Exactly, so that's what he's fighting. I don't know if it's something that has to do with his management
Now,
team.
when you
His
say
I have no idea.
he chose to fight Artem, is that what you were told? Because he's on social media telling you he didn't and that he's willing to fight Muratalla, correct?
Well, that's what I've been reading on social media. But I told Top Rank this has been going on for a few weeks already. I told him If the fight's available, if you guys want to work on it, we'll do it. We'll fight Shakur, no problem. We'll fight anybody at 135. But then just this last few days is when they told me that he chose to fight this other guy. I don't even, the guy with the loss.
Now you guys are fighting common opponent with Barboza and Devin Haney. Barboza just got the stoppage. Do you foresee this going the distance with Dagdondini?
Yeah, we don't go out there looking for the knockout. If the knockout comes, it's gonna come. Raymond has tremendous power. He's got real good combinations. He's very accurate with his punches. So if the knockout comes, then obviously, yeah, we'll take it. But we're not looking out. We're not going out there looking for a knockout or trying to knock him out or stop him before Barbosa did. Barbosa is also a great fighter and a great athlete. So that's not the plan. But to go out there and do our job, and if the knockout comes, it comes.
And it was 5 pounds above too. So Dyke Dondini was fighting Barboza at 40. But to be clear, are you the manager of Muratalla?
Correct.
Oh, perfect. Yes. Well, so if there's no Tio and there's no Shakur, what would you like for him next? And obviously
Well,
speaking, with those guys not being available.
Well, hopefully, the IBF and the WBO, which will have a champion within the next, I think both will have a champion within the next couple of months. Then maybe top they and they both fight for top rank. So it's not like it's hard to make. What's going to be hard is for them to choose to fight Raymond on a fight that's not a mandatory. So that's the problem right now. I think it's going to be hard to get the champions just to do a voluntary title defense against Raymond. It's going to be hard.
What did you see in that Teofimo last fight with Jermaine Ortiz that gives you the confidence that Muratalla can move up 5 pounds and beat a pound for pound fighter, quite frankly?
No, not that I've seen anything negative or wrong about Teofimo. Teofimo's a great fighter. I love Teofimo and his dad, but Raymond wants to be a champion and wants to fight for the world title. So it's not like I seen something, or it's not like I see something on Shakur either. Shakur's pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world, if not talent wise, probably the best. Talent wise. So it's not that I'm seeing something in them. It's just that Raymond wants to fight for a world title, and he wants it as soon as possible. That's why. It's not that I see something on Teofimo. Teofimo's a great fighter, man. Teofimo's, look at his performance against Taylor. This guy, he performs. So it's not like I'm seeing something. It's just that Raymond wants a title fight in his next fight, and that's what we're pushing for.
All right, I'm going to go to these people's questions because I know you got to go. We got Brandon. He says, hey, what's up, Robert? This BS money from St. Louis, do you think Shakur is lacking confidence after his last fight and that Raymond right after would be tough for him?
I don't, I really don't know. I also understand that it looks, from what I understand, that it might be his last fight with Top Rank, so that probably has a lot to do with it too. I don't think he's gonna want to. Okay, I'm gonna give Top Rank my last fight against one of the young prospects that's not gonna be easy. I really don't know. I'm not saying those guys are afraid, man. Come on, Shakur can't be afraid. They're world champions. They're pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. So he's not afraid. I just know it's maybe something to do with the business side of it. Him having his last fight with Top Rank. Teofimo, same thing. Teofimo's not afraid of nobody, man. Teofimo fight. Teofimo's a solid guy. I know him, his dad. They would not say no to nobody, but maybe business was the side of the side that nobody else sees. I really don't know what it is, but we're just gonna continue pushing for us to get that title opportunity.
Tip Bellis says, would you consider training the big fish Earl Spence after the rumors that he's parting with Derek James?
Errol Spence is a great fighter, great athlete, also a really good person. I went up against him with Mikey. He was always very respectful, always showed us nothing but love. I wouldn't mind, giving it a try. Especially bringing him back after that performance that he had, against Crawford. I guess it's some, I've never heard it. This is the first time I hear something like that, but it would be pretty interesting. It would be a challenge for me too. I've had those challenges before with Abnormalities, who very few thought he had it in him again, and I brought him to become world champion. Same thing with Marcos Maidana, where he was planning on retiring, and then he became champion and had the best years of his career. So it would be a great challenge for me, and it would be very interesting. I would love to. Why not?
You think his style suits you as well as a trainer? Because I always consider, like this morning, I mentioned you as a possible consideration because of that, because you kind of teach that Mexican style, and he's kind of fights in that manner, just more paced. I don't know if you agree.
So what's the Mexican style?
Letting them hands go, coming forward, putting pressure on your opponent.
Motherfucker, when did you see Mikey fight like that?
Well, I mean, not Mikey, but Ramirez,
Okay,
Virgil.
well,
You got a lot of
I know what you
fighters
mean. I
that
know what you mean. But yeah, one thing, look, bro, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but what he will get in my gym is fucking tough ass work, and his mentality will change, because that's what my fighters get. It's not about the Mexican style. Nonito Donaire didn't have Mexican style. Fucking, because Brandon Rios and Marcos Maidana were like that. That doesn't mean all my fighters fight like that. But
Margarito
but
too.
yeah, of course, Margarito. But Margarito came to me like already with that style. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's just something. That's a different argument. I think whatever would get in my gym would be fucking great ass training, good fucking sparring, and he would have that mentality of a fucking winner, because that's what my fighters get in my gym. They don't want to be less than the other one, because you're never gonna be the best in my gym, because there's always somebody better than you.
Now, uh, however this sounds, it isn't meant to stir anything up. But like, do you think you have to talk to Virgil, because obviously they had the fight in the amateurs? They've talked on social media. It's been a fight mentioned throughout boxing that one day could happen. Now they would both be at 54. Do you just take it because he's such a big client, or do you need to holler at Verge?
This is something that I'm hearing from you, bro. I don't even know if there's even been talk. So this is a conversation that means nothing, because I haven't heard from nobody even close to Spence or anything like that. I would talk to the team. No, you're saying to Virgil? No, I would talk to the team. I have a team. It- It's not, Virgil's obviously my first. Yeah, he has to know, and we have to talk, of course. But it's the whole team. It's not just Virgil. We would definitely have that conversation, but right now, I don't even know where that's coming from, because I haven't heard anything from none of them. From none of them. I would love to, honestly. I would love to have a conversation with them, but that's
Listen.
not that,
You
that's not
fight
there.
tonight. You fight tonight. You're in Glendale, Arizona. After
Correct.
your fight, you're only the second fight. After your fight, just come to Vegas. Earl already announced he's going to be in Vegas for the Fundora Zoo fight. He says he wants the winner. You can confirm with him that believe me, he's looking for a trainer, man.
If I go to Vegas, it's just because fucking Earl calls me, not you.
All right, Robert. I
You know
got
what I mean?
Abraham. No, of course. But I'm saying, you said you haven't talked to him. I'm letting you know where he's going to be. Just
Uh-huh.
putting y'all
Bro,
together. Just putting y'all
if, if,
together.
if, if he or somebody comes, hey, Rob, hey, Earl wants to talk to you, I'll drive to Vegas. I don't give a
Listen,
fuck. But
your son is connected. Tell your son to put the message out that you would be free. And I bet you someone is going to call. But I got some more here for you. Abraham from El Paso says, first off, congrats. I always tell everyone that Robert Garcia Boxing Academy is the best boxing farm system in the game. Question,
it
what
is.
was the first thing you saw in Jesse Bam Rodriguez that told you special talent? Cuadras, Cervenzai, Sonny, Gallo Estrada, one of the most underrated fighters in the game at young age of only 23. about to take on his third legend. Bam, pound for pound, future legend.
That's Bam, man. Bam is not going to take any other fight that's somebody that doesn't mean nothing for him. Bam wants to fight the best out there. If it, they have to be significant fights for him because this fight was, his date was scheduled for June 29, and he told me if it's not against Gallo, I don't want to fight. I'd rather wait a little bit longer to spend more time with my newborn baby and my girl. So he told me if it's not Gallo Estrada, I don't want. I'm not gonna take the fight against anybody else. I want to fight Gallo, and the fight's here. And after Gallo, if everything goes well, because Gallo's a very experienced fighter, he's a great fighter too. So I can't count ahead of him. But if everything goes well, everything goes our side. I know his next fight is not going to be just a stay busy fight. It's going to be it has to be a unification. I'm gonna try to come. I'm gonna talk him into maybe going to become undisputed at 115 because that would be awesome. Bam after this fight, at 24, Bam could already be a Hall of Famer.
For sure. We got New York Bullet says, blessing, Robert. You've always been one of my favorite trainers, period. Hypothetically or realistically speaking, is there any legendary fighter, past or present, that you would like to have worked with?
No, not really, man. I've had great fighters. I've had everything in my gym from Nonito Donaire, who was a great person, great character. Brandon Rios, everybody knows Brandon Rios. I was talking shit and I was joking around. I've had everything. My Don. I'm happy with what I'm doing and what I'll be continuing doing with all the younger fighters that I have. You guys got to keep an eye on some of my young fighters.
We got James in Atlanta. Why is Virgil fighting Delorme? Is this like a favor for you helping Delorme in the past, or do you think Delorme actually has a chance against Virgil? This feels like y'all cashing him out.
Look, Dolorme is a late replacement. We already had an opponent. The opponent has been, it was already a guy from Europe. Can't even think of his name right now, but we already had an opponent. It was already so that's what we were training for. And just recently they told us something, the guy's not gonna make it. We have to find somebody late, and they gave us the name Dolorme. Obviously, I really don't like the fight either, but it's just a stay busy fight for Virgil too. Virgil just fought in January. If we don't take this fight, he's not going to fight till July or August, and that's not what we want for Virgil. I want Virgil to stay busy. I want Virgil to have 4 fights this year, and the way it's going, you heard me?
Yep. You said the way it's going?
Yeah, but the way he'll be having his looks like we will have our 4 fights this year.
All right. We got Kerry G from New York City, coming from South Carolina. He says, what do you feel is Raymond Muratalla's best boxing attribute? And
He's got a great left to the body, but he's great. He's a good counter puncher, good reflex. No, he's got everything. I think he's a complete fighter. I'm walking towards the. I'm walking already, so just so you guys know, all right, see you guys.
All
All
right.
right.
We got Ese Morro that says, Alan from PA here. Robert, if Raymond would have gotten the Tio fight, that would have been 2 huge fights for you and your team on the same day. How do you manage that and decide who goes where? Appreciate you coming on the show. We'll be tuned in tonight.
See, that's something I want to bring up. It's also June 29, and this is I'm telling you for the past 2 or 3 weeks I already knew about this. That Top Rank had already told me about fighting Teofimo, and we said yes, and we knew it was going to be the same day. So we still haven't we never decided who was going where, but we were going to split up. We've done it before, no problem. So the fight was there for us too. It's not like like uh, like like they just told us right now. We've been knowing this for the past 3-4 weeks, that our name was going to be brought up to Teofimo, but it wasn't us. Which at the same time, it's going to work out for me because I'll focus on Bam.
All right.
But it wasn't my decision not to take the fight.
We got Killer who says, what up, Though Jay Smooth from Detroit, question. Some say Spence has a bit of a Mexican style in his boxing style. If the opportunity presents itself, would you be interested in working with him? You've answered that with just giving him a shout out.
I would love it. Definitely.
Keeping it moving, we
I would
got
love to.
James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas. Can you tell us a bit about your coaching team? Hashtag Team Bam.
Can I say something about what? About Bam?
No, about your coaching team. El equipo, el
What do you
equipo.
mean? Oh, well, my son Pita, Chepe, Felipe, our conditioning coach, Charles Tremley. We have we have we have my dad still involved. Mikey always part of the team. Always giving advice, giving pointers, stuff like that. So we have a great team.
All right, we got Clemente from Phoenix. I remember hearing Victor Ortiz say you would wake him up at 12 a.m. so he could drive you to the club in the middle of training camp. Is that true? If so, hilarious. Shout out to you and your team, Robert.
Okay, what was that again?
He said he remembers hearing Victor Ortiz saying you would wake him up at 12 a.m. so he could drive you to the club in the middle of the training camp. Is that true? If so, hilarious.
I do that to all my fighters, man. All my fighters go clubbing 2 days before the fight, man. Fucking to 2 in the morning. Yeah, I get all my fighters drunk every camp. That's the way I do it. That's why we're so good.
Ryan in Canada from Toronto. Would you ever consider? Okay, you answered that. That's another Earl Spence one. We got David Martinez says, David from New Jersey. ESPN just reported that Jesse Rodriguez is relinquishing his IBF flyweight title. What is the reason behind this decision? Good luck this weekend on your fights.
He's moving up to 115. That's the reason.
All right. Next one, Flacco38. Robert, please expose Shakur Twitterson. We know he doesn't like to get hit. Make him look bad. Tired of seeing him. Good luck on Saturday.
You know what? I don't. With Shakur, I know. He's a kid. He's one of the most talented fighters in the world, pound for pound. What I'm a little surprised is that he's choosing to fight a guy that lost his last fight. If you're a pound for pound fighter, you don't fight a guy that lost his last fight. But like I said earlier, I know it has to do something with that being his last fight for Top Rank. It has something to do with him, going somewhere else maybe, or maybe renegotiating a contract with Top Rank. I have no idea because he's not afraid to fight. I am disappointed because for it would have been a great opportunity for us and a great challenge for us too because Shakur is pound for pound one of the most talented fighters in the world.
Octo, greetings, coach. How has it been having Ellie Setback around RGBA, and how would you describe the impact it's had on boxing? Proud of the work you've done with BAM. Salute.
You know what? Ellie's been with us for like 15 years already. He comes to my gym. Right now since I've been in Riverside, he comes to my gym once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. But in Oxnard, when he started, he was there every day. And I think not only did he help me, but we help him too. And right now, everybody pays attention to whatever Ellie puts up. So we got to give him credit for that. He's a hustler.
Robert, going back to that situation, again, you can take this as a hypothetical conversation and just try to educate us since you said you don't know about the Derrick James situation. But it's alleged that he is suing Earl Spence because he's seeking a percentage of the pay-per-view number. You as a trainer manager and have been with pay-per-view fighters. Have you ever received pay-per-view back-end money as a trainer? Because I feel like the normal in the industry is the trainer gets 10% of the commission purse.
Look, I'm gonna tell you my personal experiences. When you have a fighter that's like Marcos Maidana when he fought Mayweather, they were pay-per-view events, but Maidana's deal had nothing to do with pay-per-view. His deal was just a flat fee, a few $1 million, and that's where I get my percentage. Same thing with Brandon Rios or Margarito against Pacquiao. They were pay-per-view events, but you know, their deal, was they were getting no pay per view money at all. Just got a flat fee, and I got my percentage from them. So I haven't really, that's something that has to be in the contract like this. That I can't get
But
into it.
weren't you in the corner with Mikey versus Earl? That's a pay-per-view fight.
Yeah, well, that's different. Mike is my brother. Mikey paid me more than probably more than what he was supposed to, because we're family. So I never count my brother or family into my conversations with boxing, because that's my brother, and I don't want people to think I'm biased or something. I never put him as my favorite fighter, one of my best fighters either. Maybe he is the best out of all the fighters that I've trained, but I never name him because he's my brother. And he knows that. That's why he knows that if I don't mention his name, it's because I don't want people to think I'm being biased because he's my brother. So I don't mention him. Mikey, we're family, so it's totally different. I could tell you one thing is all the pay-per-views that Fernando Vargas had with my dad. Fernando Vargas paid my dad every single dollar from the purse and from pay-per-view.
But that was something that he would do out of the kindness of his heart, or something that your father had like on paper, or some sort of verbal agreement, like if you make pay-per-view, you're gonna give me X amount of dollars off every pay-per-view buy.
My dad got paid off every dollar Fernando made. My dad got paid his 10%. That was my dad. My dad never had a contract with nobody. Shit, I don't have a contract with none of my fighters either.
Shit, man, old school. All right, let me see.
Oh, that's the way it is.
I think that's basically it, Robert. Thank
All
you
right, cool.
so much. But before you go, you do have Virgil. There was some conversations with Tszyu, and Tszyu said he went in a different direction because Virgil didn't make a decision. Is that true?
You know what? That's probably a question Golden Boy could answer. But when we started talking about Tszyu, Team Tszyu, yeah, that's a fight that we would do. But we didn't want it for our next fight either. Virgil just coming off, his everybody knows his injury or whatever you want to call it. He was sick, so we got to bring him slowly. The plan was to get 2 or 3, then we could go with Tszyu. So it's still there. If by the end of the year, if we get our, this fight against Dolorme, then we get another fight maybe sometime in the summer, end of the year, we'll be more than happy to fight Team Tszyu.
Would you be willing to do that fight in the summer? Does it have to be a non-champion, or can it be Matchroom's newest champion, Israel Mazradov, or is that just as tough as Tszyu? So it's like, one before the, I don't know. You tell me.
Well, look, when he became champion, it was a vacant title, and I believe when you win a vacant title, you have to do a mandatory, and Virgil is a mandatory. So that we are going to go after. That one we're going after for summer.
All right. Well, Robert, thank you so much, man. Good luck tonight. We'll be watching that live and look to get you back on.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. There you have it, ladies and gents. Robert Garcia. Yo, he answered everything, and we got some clarity. Certainly his father was making money on the pay-per-view back end. That's impressive. Let's see. We're going to continue to ask that question and see what other trainers got paid on the back end. But again, he also said it was not contract. It was a verbal thing. And that's what you get a lot of. Like I said, I'm going to try and get my rumor confirmed that Crawford gave Bomac $2 million. I know Danny can do it, but he just be, he's not like me. He rather keep shit on a hush-hush. I'd rather, tell y'all the truth. But if I can get it confirmed, I will. But again, I heard that, man. Just like ain't nobody ever debunked my shit about Ruley giving his trainer hella bread after that Tank fight. So again, some trainers get money, but it don't be on contract. It be verbal shit, like, more like a hookup. You feel me? Like, damn, coach, we made it. Hit you off. Let me see what we got though. Okay, we got a couple super chats I gotta get to. Looks like we got Jay Rhodes with the $5. He says, yo, my 2 favorite TBV moments, Joe Exotica and the midget, and you know my body. Let's go. Rolly and Fundora. Shout out to Southern Arizona. Yo, that was the days, man. Rest in peace to Pat, man. Fucking, we had the fake Joe Exotica. That was hilarious. We got James in Atlanta back at us with another $2. He said, Cliff has to be the rookie of the year. Shout out Cliff in Connecticut. Years of lurking, $2. Love how we forgot how trash Pitbull last fight was. Yeah, but styles make fights. Remember, there's no way. Like, bro, if there was a betting line on would Rolly come out in this fight versus Pitbull and box anything like this kid, Giovanni Cabrera, I would put a very large amount that he will not. And I say all that to say that styles make fights, bro. It's two different styles, you know what I mean? Rolly can't do what Giovanni does. He just can't. And he packs a punch, so his mentality will never allow him to be that back foot, so back foot dominant. It just won't happen. Hopefully that's the fucking fight of the night. That's the one I'm looking forward to. I swear to God, if that shit is a dud tomorrow, I'm gonna be tight than a motherfucker. But that looks like we got everybody, all the super chats, right? Yup. Ness, GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch me on the next one, which will be tonight for the live fight chats. We're gonna be watching all the fights, prelims, until I fall asleep. You know the old man, sometimes I fall asleep. Peace.